Kevin, thank you. Matt Campbell leads the highest-ranked team in the Big 12 on the road as Rocco Becht and number 14 Iowa State have already authored 2 huge wins this season. Now they make a rare trip to Jonesboro, Arkansas to face Butch Jones at Arkansas State. There has never been a higher-ranked team to play here at Centennial Bank Stadium than this Iowa State team today. They face an Arkansas State team out of the Sun Belt that last year won 8 games. With that, we say hello and thanks for joining us alongside former All-American and NFL linebacker Kirk Morrison. I'm Mike Monaco. Don Davenport joins us in a moment. Iowa State is ranked 14th in the country. 2 great wins already. Kansas State in Ireland and Iowa last weekend in the Cyhawk game. What gives you the confidence they could be the team to win the Big 12 and get to the playoff?
Well, look, the confidence all lies in their quarterback, Rocco Becht. That's where my confidence comes from, Mike. When you've got a third-year starter who knows the system, he knows the scheme, he knows how to distribute the football to everyone, but he also knows how to keep it when needed. He's not afraid of the big play. And around Iowa State, if you say the name Brock Purdy, well, guess what? Rocco Becht also could be synonymous with Brock Purdy. When you look at these numbers so far in the early start of his career, the trajectory is saying he's on that same path as Brock Purdy. And also with a win today for Rocco Becht, he goes into second place all time as a starting quarterback with wins at Iowa State.
Yeah, it's been a great career, and it is Rocco Becht to lead this team. Now, despite this 3-0 start, Iowa State is focused today on improving in the red zone. Let's get our first Kirk's key today. When it has been successful down there in the red zone, what's it look like?
No, it looks totally different from what we've seen throughout the early parts of the season because they want to get back to the consistency. And here we go. It's all about a little bit of eye candy. It's moving guys but creating mismatches. This time you get a mismatch. You get a tight end who's wide open, and Benjamin Bramer, that's the touchdown. How can you create extra blockers? Well, you can create extra blockers by getting guys out front, using extra tight ends. This time it's Sama, the running back, taking the direct snap, the extra blockers, hat on hat, and you've got a touchdown. Oh, we still haven't mentioned the quarterback run. You got to get back to it. We just talked about getting extra blockers. You get an extra blocker for a nice little kick out. And Rocco Becht, when he knows where the end zone is and he smells it, he's going to get in there. They want to get back to that, get in the red zone touchdowns.
Matt Campbell at Iowa State, they are off to an excellent start. Butch Jones, meanwhile, wants to spring an upset. What's the recipe for that? Butch Jones with Don Davenport when we come back. Getting ready to go, and a huge opportunity awaits Arkansas State. Their head coach, Butch Jones, is with Don Davenport.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. All right, coach, a top 15 team in the country right here in your own backyard. What was your message to your players in that locker room?
We have to keep playing. We have to make it a 4-quarter game, and they're extremely well coached. They make you earn everything that you get, and we have to play that type of football game in return. We have to make them earn everything they get as well. 4-yard gain for us is good, but we have to get the game to the 4th quarter.
Biggest key offensively for you guys for an upset is what?
Well, we can't have 3 and outs and negative yardage football plays. They force you to drive the ball. So with that, the running game is going to be key today.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Don, year 5 at the helm for Butch Jones, the former head coach at Central Michigan, then Cincinnati, and then Tennessee, going up against Matt Campbell's team, coming off a 16-13 win over their rival Iowa in the Cyhawk game in Ames. But Matt Campbell said to us, we didn't play great football. Yes, we played tough. Yes, we played physically. Yes, we were mentally tough. But it wasn't overall great football, and they want to do that today.
Man, they just want to be more consistent, right? You think early part of the season. When you play week 0, Mike, that means you had a head start to everybody. They understand also what's ahead of them. They want to play well today, knowing next week they get a week of rest with an early bye week.
It's the highest-ranked team that has ever played in this stadium, which opened back in 1974. For Arkansas State, their first time hosting a power conference opponent since 2015 when Missouri was here. And Clayton Amaya will get it away to the talented true freshman Zay Robinson back deep for the Cyclones. It's a fair catch signal, and Iowa State will have it at the 25. So we introduced you to Rocco Becht, who of course is a 3-year starter for the Cyclones. And if you haven't heard by now, yes, his father Anthony spent 12 years in the NFL, a great tight end, and now a great coach. Rocco grabbed the job as a redshirt freshman 2 years ago. That was a season of change and turmoil. He was impressive. What traits do you like most about Rocco Becht?
Toughness, experience, and the big L word, Mike, loyalty. Loyalty. A guy who's played well, did not want to enter the transfer portal. He's like, I'm a Cyclone for life. And now he's got an opportunity to lead his team again in his third year.
Oh, here he is in the gun with all kinds of tight ends available to him. And Xavier Townsend in motion. Back to the air. Deep shot right out of the gates, and he overshot it to Brett Eskelsen, who's been his best wideout so far. Well, that's one of the keys for Rocco Becht today, to hook up with his wide receivers. He went through the first 3 games when we chatted with him earlier this week, and he said to us, today should be the day they put it all together.
Yeah, 23 receptions by the tight ends in the first 3 games. They want to get more of the wide receivers going. They got a couple of transfer portal guys in Townsend and Sewell that they want to come in and get those guys going, a part of this offensive passing game.
Carson Hansen is the big-bodied physical running back, but it's back to the air and nearly intercepted as he overshot Xavier Townsend on the quick hitter.
Yeah, that's 2 straight plays and 2 passes, 2 incompletes. Now you get to 3rd and 10, but obviously the intent is what? Throwing the football. That's 2 passes to open up this game. I thought Iowa State would come out running the football, but here we are, 3rd down, Mike, 3rd and long for Rocco Becht.
Well, big news that they don't have one of their top pass catchers. That is Gabe Burkle, the redshirt junior tight end, second on the team in receptions, out today with a groin tweak, suffered earlier this week. So on 3rd down, where does Becht go? On the move, and Becht gets rid of it, incomplete in the direction of Hansen, but there is a flag down in the pocket.
I think they get the center here, Dylan Barrett, number 61. Had a little hold on there as Becht started to exit the pocket. They may just decline this penalty.
Cravon Barrett leads this Big 12 crew, and what a defensive stand right out of the gates from Arkansas State.
Yeah, it's just Dylan Barrett. He's over at the left guard position. And all he did is it was a late hold. He didn't need it, but look, you're holding, you're waiting, and then Becht exits the pocket, and just a little hole right there, and the officials got it.
So Butch Jones was just talking about get it to the 4th quarter. Well, a strong defensive stand is a good way to begin things. Tyler Perkins' punt takes an Iowa State hop, goes out of bounds at the 30. All right, so let's see what Arkansas State can do offensively. You heard Butch Jones talking about, can they stay patient? His quarterback is an athletic junior, Jalen Rayner from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He too, like Rocco Becht, 3rd-year starter at the same school a couple years ago, Sun Belt Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, and today is all about what, Mike? Patience. That's what they preached all week long. It's patience, patience, not trying to rush through the progressions.
Devin Spencer is the running back, and will motion back into the backfield with Jalen Rayner. Spencer to begin. Searches for room off the left side, and he gets swung down after about 4. Yeah, patience is the big key, and in particular, because of the way Iowa State plays defense.
Yeah, because Iowa State, they run a 4-2-5, where they got 5 defensive backs in the backfield. It's a little bit different. Both these defenses, they show you some different looks. Arkansas State defensively and Iowa State defensively.
And so they'll give you 4 yards. Coaching staff for Arkansas State was saying to us today, can we be patient enough to move it that way? Rayner can run, and he tries off the left side, and he gets swung down after about a yard or 2 with Caleb Bacon. 5th-year senior Will linebacker, team captain, back healthy this year and on the stop.
Yeah, you're going to see 26 around the football all game long. He is always around the football, especially in the rushing game. He's always a guy that you're going to see as well in the passing game as a blitzer and also covering the running back.
And so 3rd down arrives for this Arkansas State offense. 1-1 start to the season, a win over Southeast Missouri, an FCS foe, and then a loss in Little Rock against Arkansas. They need 4. Rayner to the air, and it's incomplete. Jamison Patton Patton broke it up on Chauncey Cobb, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, just have to throw that a little bit earlier. You had the play. I want you to just watch Cobb. He's going to come in motion. As he comes in motion, that ball has to be thrown before he makes that out. See, when he makes the break, the ball has to be there. If that ball's not there, it hangs in there just a little bit too long, and you see what happens. It gives enough time for Patton to knock it away.
Nicely done by the junior boundary free safety in the 3-3-5. First year as a full-time starter, he broke it up. And now Xavier Townsend, the UCF transfer, is back deep ready to get it. And we've got a flag down.
Five-yard penalty. 4th down.
So good defensive stop on the other side for Iowa State, and their defense has been pretty sturdy so far. When you look at the Kansas State and the Iowa tape, they have fared well in a couple of 3-point wins for the Cyclones. Arkansas State barking out protections for the lefty Jackson Waller, who gets it away toward the shifty Townsend. And this one takes a bounce right near the 25. Defenses standing up so far the first couple of minutes in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Drop whatever you're doing.
Get the new bundle for all of ESPN's Monday Night Football, NFL Primetime, and more. And with NFL Plus Premium, get NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games, NFL Red Zone, and full game replays. Unlock it all with the ESPN and NFL Plus Premium bundle.
Room for 6 full-size Passions. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience is a car that stops short of amazing.
Welcome back to what should be a thrilling second half.
Iowa State kicked off the college football season in week 0 in Dublin. Rocco Becht and the Cyclones played through sloppy conditions, and they navigated turnovers. There were huge 4th downs throughout the game, and they beat Kansas State. A couple weeks later, last week in the Cyhawk game against Iowa, the tight ends were huge for Iowa State, and then Kyle Conrady, for a 2nd straight year, hit a 54-yard game winner against their bitter rival. Not a bad way to start the season, part of this 3-0 start for the preseason number 22 team in the country. Trying to make sure the offense is in gear today. Direct snap to the running back, Carson Hansen, who springs forward. And Hansen picks up about 5. Brandon Barnes in on the stop. So yes, it's early, but who's got the best odds to win the Big 12? Matt Campbell's team is right in the thick of it. According to ESPN Analytics, they've got the 4th best odds of Big 12 team.
Yeah, and to me, they're a team that you just want to keep watching week in and week out. That TCU ball club has looked really good so far. Some big wins. And look, think about that opening night game against North Carolina, Bill Belichick. We all saw how good TCU can be this season.
Well, Brandon Barnes is down right now for Arkansas State. Butch Jones comes out to check out him. Sophomore safety is down for the Red Wolves. We'll check on him when we come back.
Touchdown! Will they settle for overtime or try to beat their rival now with a 2-point attempt?
Go for it. They gotta go for those. Go for those. Go for those. Go for those.
Last season, he was questioned for settling.
Coach, why didn't you go for 2?
We're going for 2.
Grab the Dos Equis. They're going for Dos.
They got it. The risk pays off. Dos Equis. Always go for Dos.
What is it that makes an SUV extraordinary? Well, hang on, Parker. What are you doing?
Is it the capability to tackle absurd obstacles?
Oh, now what?
Is it being stylish and techy enough? Or is it about how many lovable pets it holds comfortably?
Aw, who doesn't love dogs?
What about putting safety first?
Okay, that's smart.
What if it's all of that and more?
Well, it's got to be the all-new Hyundai Palisade Tostitos. Tradition matters. Here we go, Browns.
Why do we love USAA team?
Because they still call Mom Sergeant. And they pay Dad's claims super fast after that scary thunder.
Gotta make this play work for me.
USAA membership, always the smart play. Become a member today.
Good to see Brandon Barnes is good enough to be out there for Arkansas State after trying to step up and make the stop on Carson Hansen.
It's just coming up, and the one thing is you're always trying to get your head across. He does a good job. It's just right there on the shoulder. And when you come in with that shoulder, that high impact, it looks to be he was able to go off on his own power. He actually just tried to run back out there, but he must come out of the game for one play. I know it was a timeout. And Barnes was like, I'm ready to go right back in, coach. He's like, no, relax a little bit. Come over here, sit next to me. There's the defensive coordinator, Griff McCarley. Say, just one play, Mr. Barnes.
And injuries have been piling up on his side. Brandon Greil is a go today for Arkansas State. Another good game for Carson Hansen. He picks up 7 and a first down with Malik McConaughey in on the stop. One of the guys stepping in for Arkansas State.
Well, they need to figure out a way to build a wall. They got to stop the run. Because the one thing, when this run is downhill, just watch the blockers on that left side. They cave everything down. It's 2 tight ends. It's a receiver. Everybody's involved. And that's what opens up the play action for Rocco Becht.
They love to roll Rocco Becht, and he throws on the run and zipped one complete to Chase Sowell. 11-yard pickup, and what hands from the redshirt junior East Carolina transfer. They're trying to get going.
Yeah, they're trying to get going. They're hurrying up. They're right back on the football. So a little bit of no huddle right here from the Iowa State offense.
Becht on the up-tempo, goes down the seam, and he's got it complete to Cooper Alexander. The redshirt freshman tight end with his first career touch. Good for 14.
Yeah, that's a nice job. Watch the play action, though. Again, I just told you, the play action does what? It keeps everybody in the box. It freezes the safety. Number 15, Brandon Greil, he leaves the tight end, Alexander, wide open. And that's what happened. Remember, going a little bit fast, forcing the communication from Arkansas State defensively.
2 running backs set now beside Rocco Becht, with Iowa State on the move. Hansen follows Abu Sama and slips. Ran into Javante Mackey, redshirt junior linebacker who starred here, transferred away last year to Memphis, and they expect a bigger role for him today.
Yeah, this is a nice job. Watch this. He just comes through. That's all you want from the linebacker. You know, you come through, you find a way to find a space. You see space as a linebacker, run, go get it. That's a tackle for loss. Good job by Mackey seeing it and going to go get it.
Mackey was playing defensive end during camp, but they've moved him back to linebacker, slowed by a bit of an ankle injury as well early on this season, but he's going to be full go playing a lot more today. On 2nd and long, Becht, long throw, and here is Xavier Townsend. And Townsend gets banged down, and Townsend gets it very close to a first down, and it is enough to move the sticks.
I love the way Rocco Becht sees the field. He's going to use all 53, and that's 53 yards wide. We know it's 100 yards long, Mike, but 53 yards wide, and he uses. Watch all the routes and just stop. Watch the little stop at the end. That's it. He sees that everything's covered, checks it down to Townsend, and they get a first down off of a check down.
And Townsend, the type of guy you want the ball in space like that.
Yeah, always. He is a playmaker ready to happen, the UCF transfer.
Townsend in motion, and they'll use him out of the backfield as well. Becht escapes, lobs for Sama, who could not make the catch. Rocco Becht trying to create there, nearly hooked up with Sama.
That's a nice job by Hendricks, just doing his job. He's number 10 in black for Arkansas State, just doing his job. And Rocco Becht, I don't think he gets enough credit for pocket mobility, right? You don't have to do much. We always think, oh, you got to run around, and all he does is just a slight move to the right, evades the tackler, and almost had a completion there.
Shifty, can run. Taylor Mauser always tells him, we're a better team when the ball's in your hands. Young offensive coordinator who directs things for the Cyclones. Sama. On 2nd down, he picks up 4. Ethan Hassler in on the stop, the 5th-year senior, and 3rd down coming up. And where do your eyes go here, Kirk, for the Cyclones on a 3rd down?
Yeah, I still think they're in 4-down territory, though, Mike, even though we're on 3rd down. So I wouldn't be surprised, maybe even taking a shot into the end zone, because you know you're going to go for it on 4th down, or another opportunity here to just get a couple yards. And you know what your field goal looks like. Your field goal kicker, you got one in the bag, too.
and 6. Becht across the middle, incomplete. Intended for Cooper Alexander. True freshman linebacker Nigel Nelson in coverage. It's 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit.
Oh, a misread by Alexander. The misread. He's got to realize that they're in zone. So watch this. He should come here and sit because they're playing zone. He decides to keep running, and watch what it does to the defenders. He should just stay there. Alexander, if he sits, he can catch that football, get a couple of more yards, and now you have an opportunity to go for it on 4th down or kick the field goal. So remember, Gabe Burkle, the number starting tight end, out today. Alexander filling in.
Now Kyle Conrady, the hero from last week. And Conrady is good from 41, continuing an excellent start to his season. So the Cyclones are on the board first, about 6 minutes in here in Jonesboro. Hey, coming up tonight on ABC, 7:30 Eastern, 3rd-ranked LSU hosts Florida in Death Valley. DJ Lagway going up against Brian Kelly, Garrett Nussmeier, and we'll see what the offenses look like in this game, in particular for the Fighting Tigers.
Now, the Tigers, Saturday night in Death Valley. I can only imagine. Had a chance to do a couple of games there. That place is going to be electric. And I think Brian Kelly's team has an opportunity to really show everybody that, hey, we saw it against Clemson, but can they do it again against an SEC foe?
Speaking of Clemson, how about their struggles to begin the season? That's to take nothing away from Georgia Tech, but Dabo Swinney's team looking for answers. And yeah, on the flip side of it, how about Brent Key? That guy is wildly impressive.
Yeah, just run the ball. All right, Brent Key. Wonder what the grade is for that Clemson team's performance today.
3-0 start for Iowa State. And Kyle Conrady ready to get it away. Chauncey Cobb is back deep. He is electric. Last week ran one back from 98 yards against Arkansas, and Cobb gets knocked down right around the 25. We'll take a look at the college football headlines presented by Twisted Tea. UCLA off to an 0-3 start, a loss to New Mexico. 3rd 0-3 start. That's it in the last 45 seasons.
Yeah, just the decisions that you make. Nico Iamaleava transfers from Tennessee to UCLA and has not worked out so far.
Aiden Burr was the hero in that aforementioned game for the Yellow Jackets on the flats, getting it done. And a big one down south, and Tennessee has jumped out to a 21-7 lead on Kirby Smart's Bulldogs.
Nico Iamaleava who?
Joey Aguilar's been great. This is Kenyon Clay, the Southern Miss transfer. He picks up 2 yards. Bigger role at running back for Kenyon Clay, 5 into black. Devin Spencer, 4 into black, because unfortunately last week in practice, Jaquez Cross got hurt, suffered a torn ACL and MCL, and that's a big loss for this offense.
Yeah, huge loss, because he was so much to this offense. Does not just running the football, but catching out of the backfield.
Clay again, and he gets chopped down right around the line of scrimmage. Elijah Carnell in on the stop, and 3rd down coming up.
And this is what this Iowa State defense loves to do. They like to just make sure they're stopping the run. Watch Carnell, 56. He's going to be right in the middle. This is just a 3-man. Just 3-man. If you can stop the run with, first of all, he's like, you want to stop it with 7 and 8 men, but you can do it with 3 up front. It gives you opportunities to make some plays, a little pull of the jersey as well.
Carnell not going to let go, man. Redshirt freshman getting an opportunity here these last few weeks.
Play it to the whistle.
Hang on.
Yeah, you got to play it to the whistle, man.
All right, 3rd down and 8 for Arkansas State. Jalen Rayner with time. He slings it downfield, and it's caught by Jalen Benelli. And the transfer from FCS Wagner's into plus territory, and a huge conversion of 34.
That's just a nice job. They had the protection, though, right? Just a 3-man rush, and they added 1 extra guy, but the protection allowed Rayner to be patient and allow that route to develop, and a nice strike from Rayner to Benelli.
Pretty nice touch there from Jalen Rayner, fitting that one in. Benelli had a couple of big seasons at Wagner. They feel like he is really smooth as a wideout in this offense. Clay off the right side, and he slips, picks up just a yard. 2nd down coming up.
It's just a nice job. Watch the outside receiver. He's just going to go all the way up and then come in on the inside breaking route. See, that just needs time for that route to develop. Gets all the way to the outside, then cuts right to the inside. That ball's thrown on time. That's a nice job by Rayner.
He's going back to the air on second down, taking a shot deep downfield, and it's incomplete, intended for his best wideout, Corey Rucker. Jontez Williams, star-studded corner, had the coverage, and it's third down.
It looks like Jontez Williams, number 3, got a little bump at the end. Just a little bit of panic at the end. I can see Rucker saying, I got bumped a little bit. Could have been a questionable call there, but I would lean on Williams with a little bump that just knocked him off at the top of the route. Just watch number 3.
It wasn't a ton, right? You okay with that amount?
It wasn't a ton, but it was just enough to impede the progress of the receiver from making a catch.
So it sets up another third down and long. It was third down and 8 when Rayner connected with Benelli. And now 3rd and 9. Rayner, deep ball again in the coverage and incomplete. Intended for Nana Burris. Trey Bell, the Lindenwood transfer in coverage, and it's 4th down.
Wow, a little clinic work over here on the sideline by Trey Bell, utilizing the sideline as an extra defender, Mike. That's a nice job by him, staying to the inside and forcing the throw that didn't have no room for Rayner to complete that ball.
All right, it's 4th and 9 here. Ball's at the 37. It would be 54. Career long is 52 for the field goal kicker, Clune Van Andel. So the punt unit comes out with Jackson Waller. And Waller will try to pin the Cyclones deep. And Townsend makes the catch at the 9. Iowa State, the highest ranked team in the Big 12, is up by 3, playing the rare road game at a Sun Belt school here in Jonesboro, Arkansas, against Arkansas State.
Dip hot. New spicy chicken dippers from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Welcome to Visible, the ultimate wireless hack. It's one line, powered with unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Now just $19 a month for 1 year, guaranteed. Stream, scroll, browse, and connect with great coverage. Plus unlimited hotspot included. That's a top-tier network at a budget-friendly cost. But you already knew all that, didn't you? For a limited time, get Visible for $19 a month for 1 year, guaranteed.
ESPN College Football is brought to you by Instacart.
It's been 113 years since Iowa State's last conference title, the year Fenway Park opened, the year the Titanic sunk. Clyde Williams was the head coach in his final season, and Iowa State shared the Missouri Valley Conference title with Nebraska. Iowa State, one of 3 ranked teams right now in the Big 12. We told you the highest ranked of the 3. They do not have a ranked team remaining on their schedule. Here's Carson Hansen, and he bangs down, and he's got enough for a first down. Trenton Allen Yao in on the stop.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a drive for Iowa State where they just kind of consistently put this ball into the hands of the running backs. They've had an opportunity to make some plays deep down the field, but getting back to who they are, to me, it's about running the football and then the play action off of that.
It's an offense that last week against Iowa had only 238 total yards. And coming into today, their longest rush from their top 2 running backs, Sama and Hansen, 15 yards. Longest rush from Rocco Beck coming in just 9 yards. And the pass catchers as well, outside of the tight ends, have not got going yet. Here's one of the tight ends, Tyler Moore, who slips a tackle. And Moore barrels down the sideline and rumbles to midfield. Just his 3rd catch of the season. 31-yard pickup for Tyler Moore.
Oh, it's always fun when you've got an offensive coordinator who's also doubles as the tight ends coach. Right? He's going to get the ball to the tight end, and it's just now the 4th tight end on the depth chart in Tyler Moore. All he does is grunt to the outside, ball delivered, and he makes a play.
And then Hansen goes spinning forward with a good pickup on 1st down. And there's so many tight ends in this offense. And you mentioned the offensive coordinator, Taylor Mauser, who loves these guys. It's an offense that uses 12 personnel just about 70% of the time, the most of any team in the country. 1 running back, 2 tight ends.
The hard part for me is that if you just take the numbers off of them, they all look the same. It's like they are all 6'2", 6'4", 6'5", about 255 pounds.
Hansen the give. With a lane and a stiff arm. Hansen with his foot on the gas. Sets up 1st and goal. Run out by Trenton Allen Yao, 38-yard pickup. Brandon Barnes took the brunt of that from Carson Hansen.
Yeah, but when you're the safety, you got to come up and you got to be the last line of defense. You've got to make the play. See, that's what a safety is. You're the safety net of the defense, and if you miss the play, what happens? It gets all the way up the sideline. That's just a nice job by Carson, doing what Carson does, being the handyman of the defense.
220 pounds, he's physical, he's trustworthy. Junior from Lakeville, Minnesota, ran for 13 touchdowns last year. And now the red zone. Hansen rumbles straight ahead. So here's what you're talking about right off the top. What can Iowa State do in the red zone?
You read my mind. They get into this red zone. Now it's all about getting extra blockers. So this is what they're going to try to do. Get extra blockers at the line of attack. Here comes a couple of extra tight ends. They want to push this ball in with that offensive line. How do they create the mismatch and an overload against the defense?
Matt Campbell said to us this week, we've had some opportunities for touchdowns in the red zone and have not converted. Back to the air with nowhere to go and brought down by Ethan Hassler. A loss of 8 and it's third down. Well, that's the best pass rusher on the Arkansas State defense.
That's just a nice job by Hassler. Hassler on the outside. Just watch 32. No one blocks him. 32, he's outside of the screen, but he just comes in free. Nobody touches him, but Rocco Becht has to feel that. That ball has to be out of his hands right now. He tries to hold on to it, but a free rusher, that's going to make that sack every single time. That was Hassler.
Guy who's come back from 2 separate knee surgeries the last 2 seasons. They empty it out on 3rd and goal. Becht scrambles, takes off, and Rocco Becht toward the goal line, reaches out, and is Becht in? Yes, it's a touchdown! Rocco Becht uses his legs, and the first touchdown of the game belongs to Iowa State.
It's the calmness of Rocco Becht. He gets a little bit of a block from his running back, and does he extend before getting out of bounds? To me, that's a touchdown. That is good. The right foot's in bounds. The left foot seems to still be in bounds as he extends the football toward the pylon. What an unbelievable effort and job by Rocco Becht. That is a touchdown, Mike.
I'm with you. Walking the tightrope along the sideline, and Rocco Becht navigates that beautifully to cap off a 91-yard drive.
Well, this is the one time that wearing black shoes actually works, because you can definitively see that his feet are in bounds. They were not on the white. So a good job of having separation, seeing in between the white and the shoes of his were black and the green grass. That's a touchdown.
Conrarty's kick is no good. Sure-footed kicker who connected a couple of weeks ago from 63, hit the game winner we showed you last week against Iowa with a misfire there after the Becht touchdown.
Well, I need to add this now to my red zone tape when it comes to Iowa State. It's a quarterback extending the play. Well done by the Arkansas State defense, right? They had everyone covered, but it's just the ability of Rocco Becht to make something happen. You can't account for that. That is something that he doesn't do enough of, but when he does it well. Again, I said it earlier. When he smells and sniffs that end zone, he is very rarely denied.
And again, that's what Matt Campbell was saying to us as well. That even though they wanted to be better with their efficiency in the red zone, he said to us, Rocco Becht has been operating at an elite level so far. And Taylor Mauser always says to Rocco Becht, we're better when you have the ball in your hands. So go create like that on a 3rd down.
And you trust them. There's trust. There's trust in the quarterback. And that's why you have the patience with the offense. Especially they didn't start well, but now last couple drives looking more like the Iowa State offense.
Facing this Arkansas State team out of the Sun Belt in a rare road non-conference game. Chauncey Cobb springs out toward the 30. We do have a flag down on the field right around the 33. And then another flag comes in as well at the end of it. So we got 2 pieces of laundry down. We'll check in with Cravon Barrett from the Big 12.
Doing a return, holding, return team, number 38, 10-yard penalty, first down.
It's on Joe Drew. Well, the message from Matt Campbell all week has been avoiding what happened 2 seasons ago, early in the season, much like this, going to Ohio, a non-power conference opponent. Curtis Rourke, who we saw last year at Indiana, was quarterbacking Ohio, and it was a 10-7 Bobcats win against Iowa State.
Yeah, that's one of those games that the guys, you got to get there. You got to show up. It's those games that you feel like you could just show up and win. You got to go out and prove it every single week.
Jalen Raynor's got it complete to Hunter Summers, the redshirt sophomore, for 6.
Well, Mike and Kirk, every single Cyclone player I talked to brought up that loss to Ohio. That's because Coach Campbell said something to us and then told his team, too, you'd be foolish not to use a good failure. So this part of the schedule was brought up at their retreat at the end of the summer with the Ohio loss example included so that this group would be mentally prepared to avoid a letdown here on the road today.
That's great stuff, Don, for a team that went to Ireland in week 0 and has not had a break in the action since. Devin Spencer on 2nd down. He picks up 2, 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Red Wolves.
You know, we haven't seen the legs of Rayner yet. And to me, this is that opportunity right here on 3rd and short. You got an opportunity to have some run pass options. Showing the ability that if it's not there, he can take off and get you a 1st down, but also being able to utilize his arm. So putting him on the run is something I'm looking for if I'm Iowa State defensively.
Again, 3rd-year starting quarterback. He told us yesterday ACC, SEC schools wanted him to play other positions, defensive back or wide receiver. Very athletic. They need 2. It's a slant, and there's his top target, Corey Rucker, who gets the edge, and Rucker takes it past midfield. 25-yard pickup on 3rd down.
It's just all about spacing. I love the spacing of the routes. Just watch what this route does. It takes this guy and this guy away, so that it gives this nice little throw from the quarterback. Nice job of spacing, and Rayner realizing where the window was. That one route took 2 players out, and it was able for Rucker to make the play.
And how big is that to get Corey Rucker involved? 6th-year senior who leads all active FBS players in career receiving yards. Rayner lobs, got it complete to Hunter Summers, who tried to finish the hit on Jamison Patton. Summers had something to say after 16 yards.
Well, Trey Bell, he's the corner on that side for Iowa State. He gets caught napping. He's got his eyes in the backfield. Number 7 is watching this offensive line surge up, but Rayner's able to pull the football and throw it right over his head. That's a nice job by the quarterback, showing run and keeping that ball in there and pulling it out late.
That's what the threat of the legs of Rayner can do for you as well, just as you were talking about. And Arkansas State grabs a little bit of momentum with this drive as we head to the 2nd quarter. Jalen Rayner and Arkansas State on the move, but it's Rocco Becht and Iowa State up 9-0 here in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
What's that smell?
This is Greg. You're his manager.
Oops.
Another work trip with him may be more than you can manage.
Greg Salad, anyone? Get it? Egg? Greg?
Luckily, you booked with Engine, so when plans change, you can change plans for free. No questions asked, and no more Greg Salad.
Let's work. Guys.
Now that I've reevaluated my benefits and savings with Voya, I'm feeling great. How's your retirement plan going?
Oh, I've been ignoring it and then hoping for the best.
Come on, good retirement.
Don't just hope for a strong future, plan for one with Voya. Plan, invest, protect.
Dinner time is taken care of. We got wings, mac and cheese, green beans.
We even got steak and salad.
And cookies.
Dad likes cookies.
Cookies are good.
Don't let what's happening outside affect how you feel inside. Pella windows are tested against extreme heat, cold, wind, and rain, so you can protect what matters most.
Kraft mac and cheese.
Get 'em up, get 'em up.
The one and only.
Wearing regular shoes feels this cramped.
or glide step wide fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins feel like this. With Skechers slip-ins, just step in, no bending down, no touching my shoes. Try wide fit Skechers slip-ins.
I'm not him. I'm not Jack.
Because a car that doesn't make you feel recognized is a car that stops short of amazing.
Unlock more with Disney Plus, Hulu, and all of ESPN by stepping into the ring.
Check out this week's college football rankings brought to you by Allstate as we welcome you back to Jonesboro, Arkansas, and the games going on this week in the country for these top 10 teams.
Yeah, look, to me, it's that LSU-Florida game. LSU just, to me, we're one of the best teams. Oregon, taking care of business as usual, and then Miami tonight. Can't wait to see that one. That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, in action with USF. Jalen Rayner under pressure, dropped the football, reaches out back for it, and it looked like Rayner was able to recover. Boy, dangerous from Jalen Rayner. He did pounce on it, a loss of 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Jace Gilbert. He's right there in the middle. He beat the inside, I think, of the guard, and then we raced right to Rayner. March 55, he's in the middle on the center, and he just fights his way all the way up. And that's a nice job disengaging with the offensive lineman and forcing that fumble. Rayner able to crawl and get that ball recovered.
Yeah, the redshirt freshman Jace J. Gilbert from Waukesha, Wisconsin, who rotates through on John Haycock's defensive line. Nowhere to go for Devin Spencer. He gets dropped for a loss of 1 and 3rd down and a mile coming up for Arkansas State.
This is the territory right now that they have to find a way to just get a little bit. They don't need the full 12 yards, but they need enough. A field goal also helps you out here.
Ball's at the 36-yard line right now for Butch Jones. His kicker, career long, is 52, so that would be the 35. So you're right around the edge of field goal territory as it is.
Oh, I love Cobb here in the slot.
16 in black. Instead, they get it to the running back, Devin Spencer, with a good pickup. He carries toward about the 25-yard line. They get a big chunk of 9 back, and they can go to the field goal unit here if they want a more manageable distance.
And then just like that, I said, right, if you don't get it all, just get enough. That was a positive play to at least give you an opportunity to kick a much better field goal, or you get the first down. But a tremendous play call right there by Coach Heckendorf. Screenplay, get positive yards, but you don't want to take points off the board. You want to keep this opportunity. Now you get the 44-yard attempt.
Clune Van Andel, junior from Grand Rapids, Michigan, is the Sun Belt preseason special teams player of the year. 2nd year on the job, was very reliable last year, has hardly been used this year, and from 44, Clune Van Andel is good. Right down the middle, and Arkansas State is on the board. 1-score game at Arkansas.
Of a new McDonald's sauce has reached its sweet, smoky, and gold pinnacle. Special edition gold sauce.
Take 136 teams who all want the same thing. Glory! Then throw in a bit of loathing. A few wild animals and one primal scream. Now buckle up for the wild world of college football.
Kevin Connors in Studio. AT&T is keeping fans connected with our multi-view. A sensational start over on ABC in Knoxville, Tennessee, a 21-14 lead on Georgia. It's the backyard brawl over on ESPN, and Mike Arch Manning has a touchdown run. Texas up on UTEP.
Kevin, thank you. Yeah, if you like points, Rocky Top is the place where it's always a good scene for College game day like it was earlier today. And here in Jonesboro, Arkansas, it is absolutely scorching and even hotter down on the field, Don Davenport.
Mike, I don't know if you can see our thermometer. It is on the turf. It's currently reading 112 degrees. I talked to Iowa State's nutrition team. They told me the goal is for players to lose less than 2% of their body weight during a game. So what does that mean? Their heavy sweaters are going to lose 10 to 13 pounds. Today alone, that's 5,000 milligrams of salt. So the key, keep the core body temperature down. They do that with these fans, the air-conditioned fans, wet, frozen towels on their necks. They have air-conditioned benches, which I utilize pregame, which are awesome. And then also this kind of stuff. Just in their water bottles, making sure they get the salt back in it. I'm about to hit this pickle juice, guys.
Wow, 112. It's a yard for Carson Hansen. Meantime,
yes,
life on the other side in the Sun Belt. You don't have the air-conditioned benches if you're Arkansas State.
Yeah, you don't. And so this is one of those situations where you have to continuously hydrate. As a player, if you're trying to hydrate today, you've already lost. The hydration started earlier this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and this is an ongoing battle throughout this football game. We'll see when we get to the second half who can maintain.
Good way to diet as well after our steaks last night. Lose 2% of our body fat. Beck to the air. Nice catch on the adjustment. And Tyler Moore keeps on rumbling past the 50. Banging off bodies. And Tyler Moore picks up 27.
Well, this is what happens when you just try to throw a shoulder. Brandon Grill, he's going to be on the right side of the screen. Watch when this play. The tight end's going to go out. So watch when the tight end goes out. And Brandon Grill, 15, comes up. He's got to make the play. He comes in, Mike, and he with the shoulder. And as a defensive coordinator, I'm a former defensive player, Mike. You know what happens? I get upset because you got to wrap up. You wrap up and you've got an opportunity to get the guy down. You go with a shoulder, he bounces right off.
Yeah, Greil, who had been banged up each of the first 2 games with some tackles he'd been trying to make. He was a game-time decision today already with the shoulder injury.
Yeah, and so you got a shoulder injury, you throw a shoulder? How about wrap up next time?
Big play from Tyler Moore, who is stepping up again with no Gabe Burkle, one of the top pass catchers for Iowa State. Abu Sama with a cut, and Abu Sama with a good pickup. He gets 10, and it's a first down for Iowa State.
I know you're a big baseball guy, right? Abu Sama, he's the home run hitter.
Yeah.
You better make sure everybody's in their gap, Mike. Because if you don't, Abu Sama, he can take it the distance or hit it over the fence.
You got your singles from Carson Hansen. Meantime, Javante Mackey, the redshirt junior linebacker who is stepping back into a bigger role today on the Arkansas State defense, is down. We'll check on Mackey when we come back.
What is it that makes an SUV extraordinary? Well, hang on, Parker. What are you doing?
Is it the capability to tackle absurd obstacles?
Oh, now what?
Is it being stylish and techy enough? Or is it about how many lovable pets it holds comfortably?
Aw, who doesn't love dogs?
What about putting safety first?
Okay, that's smart.
What if it's all of that and more?
Well, it's got to be the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid.
The loaded Italian has classic flavors with an Arby's flair. It's more American Italian than Italian, just like the Pope. And people line up to see him. Arby's, we have
battled the Buffalo Bills in a heated division showdown.
There he goes again. Can you believe this? Breaking tackles through the middle. James Cook.
Stream Thursday Night Football. Dolphins, Bills at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
College football teams are always trying to make a splash, but the Red Wolves take that mission quite literally. Go.
Welcome to the waterfalls of Northeast Arkansas. We're really excited about this. Arkansas is the natural state, so no better way than to really create a uniqueness only common to Arkansas State than have the waterfalls.
No Lambeau Leap. How about the A-State Splash?
Well, we do. We do have the A-State Splash when we work out in the summer. Our players will come, they'll jump into the waterfall.
What's it going to take to get you in these fountains, Coach?
Well, you know, we'll do anything for a win.
It's perfect on a day like today at this great place, Centennial Bank Stadium, where Butch Jones has really built this thing now in year 5. Don told you temperatures on the field, on the turf here, up to 112 degrees. Abu Sama on the ground. He gets wrapped up shy of the 30 after a 4-yard pickup. Well, this is what they do when they score a touchdown, so we figured, let's see what happens. Let's let Don Davenport score a touchdown and then see what the water fountains do.
Did you see that route?
In a dress, boys.
Look at that route.
What?
You need to be out there. Look at that route. That's a nice comeback. Saw the football all the way in. That's how you do it, Don.
Crispy. By the way, Javante Mackey did jog off under his own power for Arkansas State. Rocco Becht and the Cyclones on the move. Direct snap, Abu Sama. And he gets wrapped up after about 3. Ran into the arms of Aaron Alexander, the Michigan State transfer linebacker. And it's 3rd down and short coming up.
And here comes the big boy package. They're bringing in extra tight ends now. And you just start counting them. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is definitely leaning towards a run play. But wouldn't be surprised if they pull this one, try to get one deep down the field, especially when you're in the huddle this long.
And then remember, they love their pop passes as well, though that is already on tape.
There goes Becht motioning out.
He motions to the bottom of your screen. It's Abu Sama ready for a direct snap. He follows Tyler Moore, tries to get the edge, and he's wrapped up by Barnes. A.G. McGee in on the stop as well. It's a loss of 2, and it's 4th down.
Wow. Watch Brandon Barnes, number 8. Outstanding job. He's going to come from that deep safety. And watch as he comes and just makes the play. And he keeps his head outside. Almost had on a collar on that tackle, but a tremendous job of coming from his deep field safety and not being fooled by all of the action going one way. That's a nice job by Barnes.
4th down and 5. You have a really good field goal kicker. You okay with kicking here, taking the points?
Yeah, I'm okay with that, especially you talk about the field goal kicking. Has been great for Iowa State. Kick the field goal.
Redshirt sophomore Kyle Conrady from Dubuque, Iowa, does not get it to go. Might have been deflected, and Arkansas State's got the momentum.
I didn't see a hand up. To me, the operation looked like it was perfect. It was just a shank. A bad kick from Conrady. No tip, that's just a miss. And the Red Wolves in Arkansas State are in business.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for 2.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on pick 6, my mouth going yap yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
Extreme heat, cold, wind, and rain.
Kraft mac and cheese.
Get 'em up, get 'em up.
The one and only.
This is the newly redesigned Dell AI PC with Intel inside. It's not just an AI computer, it's a computer built for AI. So you can do the stuff that slows you down way, way faster. Like that. And that. And yeah, that too. It's a U multiplier. So you can get more done quicker, which means you get to be done sooner.
It's WNBA playoff time on ESPN, and we on go. It's time to rock and roll! 8 teams, each one with something to prove. She's feeling it! We can't get enough of the WNBA playoffs, only on ESPN and streaming on the all-new ESPN app.
We welcome you back to Centennial Bank Stadium. Number 14, Iowa State, locked in a 1-score game with Arkansas State. And now it's a mixed extra point and then a missed field goal there. And it was not deflected. It was just a misfire from Iowa State's typically sturdy kicker, Kyle Conrady. You saw it right off his foot, and he knew it based on his reaction.
And he's going to the 10.
Chauncey Cobb gets it on a pass, and he'll lose yardage. Yeah, you wondered after the field goal if something was up with Kyle Conrady. It starts with a missed extra point after their touchdown.
Yeah, it was a missed extra point, and to me, maybe he pulled something just not right. And immediately after this missed field goal, it just didn't seem like he swung that with confidence. Mike, he's been a confident kicker all first 3 weeks of the season. That last kick didn't look like he was fully confident. Maybe something bugging him. He's in the tent.
He'd been 6 of 7 on field goals and hadn't missed an extra point. Now Jalen Rayner escapes trouble and just gets rid of it. 3rd down and long coming up. Well, that makes things mighty interesting. Not just 4 points that have gone by the wayside, but if there is a problem with him, boy, that's a weapon for Matt Campbell's offense, and an offense that has not got in gear and is in a one-score game.
Yeah, they don't score a ton of points. Iowa State doesn't. They like to play these games in the in low 20s, high 20s, right around in there. They're not 30 points a game. So, to me, where will the extra points come from if they're not scoring touchdowns?
Trying to lean on their defense right here. 3rd down and 15 for Jalen Rayner at Arkansas State. Shallow cross. This is Jalen Pinelli, and he cannot turn the corner on Trey Bell. Just 7 yards, and it's 4th down coming up, and Arkansas State's got a punt.
Yeah, tremendous tackle there by Trey Bell. He doesn't make that tackle, that's probably a 1st down. So tremendous job there by Trey Bell, making a tackle in the open field. That was a conversation all week long that Iowa State had defensively. We have to tackle in space, and that's one of those plays right there.
Jackson Waller's out again. Redshirt freshman from Katy, Texas, and the transfer from SMU. Xavier Townsend back deep, nearly blocked. Big collision, couple of flags come down, and it takes a hop out of bounds near the 20. Drew Surgis had the contact on Jackson Waller.
I think that's going to be 15 yards. That was contact with the kicker, with the punter.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
Jackson Waller was like one of those cutout figures at a crime scene at the end of this before he got up and celebrated. My man was milking it.
There you go. Oh, awesome, man.
Look, if you're going to take the hit, you might as well celebrate 1st downs any way you can get them, right?
It was just funny. He knew that he did something great with just getting up off the ground. That was a nice job there by Waller, staying with it. Usually a lot of times we see kickers do what? They see the unblocked player and they take off and run. He decided, I'm still going to punt this football, and the punt was roughed.
So, fresh life for Arkansas State's offense, and really good field position as well, with the ball at the 46-yard line. Kenyon Clay on the ground pushes for a 3-yard pickup. Hey, the Yankees and Red Sox are once again our Sunday night baseball matchup. Final meeting of the regular season between these rivals, 7 Eastern over on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage starts at 6 Eastern here on ESPN2 with Baseball Tonight Sunday Night Countdown with Garrett Crochet on the mound for the Red Sox tomorrow. On 2nd down, Rayner with time. Rayner on the move, dumps it off, and Clay gets tripped up. Nice tackle there by Marcus Neal, who's the sophomore safety and the leading tackler. It's a 5-yard pickup, and it brings up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, I love that play from Rayner. Just watch his ability to just extend the play. And he keeps his eyes downfield the entire time. Just watch his eyes. He's not trying to run and take off to get the 1st down. He's trying to make a play down the field. That's a nice little pitch. Get some extra yards and a manageable 3rd down.
He talked about being patient with us when we chatted with him yesterday, and as they always say at Arkansas State offensively, just put the ball in play. Don't gamble. They need 2. Rayner takes off, and Rayner reaches out very close to a 1st down, and he's got enough. With Cooper Ebel grabbing at Jalen Rayner, he uses his legs for a 1st down.
I want you to watch in the slot Chauncey Cobb. He's wide open. If they didn't get this 1st down, that would have been the touchdown. Watch Cobb as he got behind the defense, and there's nobody behind him. Would have been a touchdown.
Saw Cobb put out the arm at the last moment. Fresh set of downs, Kenyon Clay gets stood up right near the line of scrimmage. So let me ask you that. How would you assess the job Jalen Rayner has done with being patient, knowing the type of defense that he's going against in Iowa State?
You know, honestly, he's just taking what the defense has given him. He hasn't been stingy or greedy, right? When quarterbacks get greedy, they're throwing it deep down the field and trying to make a play. But this time, he's taking the incremental gains, and that's how you're going to beat Iowa State. They want to see you execute. Can you go 4 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, and get plays down the field and convert the 1st down?
They run the option. Rayner, late pitch off to Devin Spencer. He slipped the tackle and picks up positive yardage. Yeah, we really enjoyed talking with Jalen Rayner yesterday. Again, ACC, SEC schools, they wanted him to switch to either defensive back or wide receiver. The service academies had offered him as well. But his high school coach had a good relationship here with offensive coordinator Keith Heckendorf. Arrives early, begins his freshman year as the number 3. But by game 3, he's the starting quarterback and has been ever since.
Yeah, what did he say? His first game as a starter, he goes for 5 touchdowns. He's like, yes, I can do this. I can be a quarterback.
Huge 3rd down and 7 for Arkansas State. Both running backs beside Rayner. And now we get a pre-snap whistle and a timeout taken by Iowa State.
Timeout. Iowa State. Their first of the half.
First one used by Matt Campbell, who didn't like something ahead of 3rd down and 7. Hey, coming up tonight on ABC, 7:30 Eastern time. Big one in Death Valley. DJ Lagway and Florida trying to bounce back after losing in walk-off fashion to Nico Gramatica and USF, one of the stories of the season so far. All they got to do now is go up against the number 3 team in the country in LSU.
I love that. Who's the best team in the state of Florida right now? Is it Florida State?
Got a lot of good ones.
Is it Miami? Or is it USF, right? We'll find out tonight. But, man, under the lights over there in Death Valley. And Lagway, he's been great, but he's going to need some more production. Has to be huge against Blake Baker's defense of LSU. They're going to throw the house at him tonight.
People already love this guy for the draft 2 drafts from now.
Right.
But again, he's still young, so big stage awaits tonight. And a big play right here. 3rd down and 7. What do you like here for Jalen Rayner in Arkansas State?
Well, we haven't seen Chauncey Cobb enough. He's their guy. He's the one that, number 16, he's in the slot. But to me, he's the one guy that can turn a short play into a big play.
16 in black. He's had a breakout 3rd year here in Jonesboro. Same setup. Rayner was looking that way, and now he tucks it, runs. Rayner plunges forward, and does he have enough?
Sure does.
Very close to a 1st down. Zach Lovett in on the stop. And for now, the signal is 4th down. Just shy of the 1st down marker.
I thought he had it. If I'm Butch Jones, I would try to get another look at it. I thought he got just enough, and I think the officials are now stopping it because I thought he had the line to gain.
Back up, guys.
Hear the microphone from Cravon Barrett, the referee helming this Big 12 crew. Got to look at it there on the replay. The line to gain was the 34. Yellow line, of course, unofficial, and the initial spot does appear to be a couple of inches short.
Yeah, the initial spot, but I thought that the ball was right on top of it. So it'll be interesting. I thought he got just enough for the 1st down.
Butch Jones waiting with all of us, and yes, by that initial spot, it is short. It is 4th down, but do you have another look at where that spot was?
Yeah, I think it won't be too definitive. I just saw the end of the play. Where is that ball when you first put him down? I think he's right on the line, but nothing definitive that says it's enough for a 1st down, though.
So they measured, and it was short. And now 4th down, and the offense stays out there for Butch Jones.
I'd keep this in my quarterback's hands. Let Rayner, I would even go under center if possible.
He stays in the gun. Clay lunging forward. Kenyon Clay, does he have enough? It is very close again. Both sides politicking here, and where's the spot? Boy, it is right near that 34. The nose of the football maybe has enough. And still no official signal given one way or another.
Yeah, nice job there at 26. Caleb Bacon, he's trying to pull back. I saw the initial surge, and I thought that they may get it off the initial surge. But just a tremendous job by Iowa State. I mean, that line of scrimmage, there was just a stalemate.
So they come out and they measure it again and got enough. Wow, by a whisker on a back. back-to-back plays.
Wow.
Butch Jones' team stays on the march late first half.
Where's Gene Steratore with the index card, Mike? I mean, that's one of those measurements. He got it right by the hair of his chin on that one, but a nice job by Clay just keeping those legs moving in the offensive line, getting pushed. They didn't need a lot, but they got just enough.
Well, how about this drive from Arkansas State? They get helped out by the roughing the kicker penalty on that punt. Kept this drive going for Arkansas State. And now the 11th play coming up, headed toward halftime. Clay up the middle. And Clay seizing momentum for the Red Wolves. Ran into Jamison Patton, a 9-yard pickup.
It's just a spread of their offense. They're lining 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 receiver up top, and it's just a numbers game. They're going to run to where their numbers have the advantage. So they're going to use the 5 offensive linemen. They're going to use the running back. And they're saying, we're going to block your guys and have 1 guy extra that you can't pick up. And that's where the run attack is going.
Remember, Butch Jones said pregame to Don Davenport, just get the game to the 4th quarter when you're trying to pull an upset. But right now, just trying to get it to halftime without a turnover. Rayner picked it up, and Rayner's got running room. And he slides down right around the 20. And good enough for a first down. Another crisis averted a couple of times with ball security from Arkansas State.
Yeah, Mason Myers, number 52, he's the center. He just snaps the football. And Rayner, luckily, it bounces off of Rayner. And look, the ability to what? Not panic. Just picks the ball up and turns it into a positive gain.
Nearly a heart attack for Butch Jones. By the way, Mason Myers, that's the 3rd time this year they've had trouble with the snap. But a fresh set of downs from the outskirts of the red zone for Arkansas State. And we hit the 2-minute timeout here in Jonesboro. Well, who saw this coming? Arkansas State was about a 3-touchdown dog. And they are driving, trying to perhaps grab the lead here against the number 14 team in the country.
Caterer. We need a caterer.
Sometimes in life, you just want more. Cracker Barrel's all about more. More flavor. More heart. More craft. More joy. So when you just want more, Cracker Barrel has all the more. All the more. Cracker Barrel.
Get the new bundle for all of ESPN's Monday Night Football, NFL Primetime, and more. And with NFL Plus Premium, get NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games, NFL Red Zone, and full game replays. Unlock it all with the ESPN and NFL Plus Premium bundle.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
We've got ourselves a potty trainer. Look at her, using pull-ups training pants just like undies.
And if accidents happen, pull-ups back her up. So every day is a big flush forward.
I'm so proud.
Oh, you old softy.
I'm a big kid now.
Can't nobody do it like I do it. Can't nobody do it like I do it.
Kraft Mac and Cheese.
Get 'em up, get 'em up.
The one and only.
Kevin Connors in studio. Coming up on the Michelin Halftime Report. We'll have much more on the thriller inside Bobby Dodd Stadium. How the Ramblin' Wreck were able to clip Clemson. Plus, Georgia Tennessee has lived up to its billing. Wait till you see the first 30 minutes of football, Mike, when you join me and Trevor Maddich at the half.
Kevin, Trevor looking forward to it. We are 2 minutes away from halftime here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And what a story this is for Arkansas State. Got blown out 56-14 against Arkansas in Little Rock last weekend. But Jalen Rayner and the Red Wolves on the move, just outside the red zone. Rayner with a keep, and Rayner submarined inside the 20. Cale Brazina, the linebacker, in on the stop after a 5-yard pickup. I mean, this is an Arkansas State team that won 8 games last year, but 70-plus new players on this roster. Butch Jones has said as much uncertainty going into a season as he's ever had. He told us yesterday it might take 7 or 8 games till he knows what the identity of this team is. Well, how about making a statement in their third game of the year? Here, Iowa State barking out that they expect a run here, colorfully, from Arkansas State. It is, and it's Clay. Breaks the tackle around the edge. Lowers the shoulder. He ran over Caleb Bacon, picks up about 2, and it's third down and manageable coming up.
Yeah, you don't see that too often, Caleb Bacon missing a tackle. He's right there for it, but watch the stiff arm. Watch the stiff arm by Clay at the end. Just get off me. Saw Derrick Henry do that last Sunday, running back for the Ravens in the NFL. And that time Clay, the only thing is staying in bounds. You got to stay in bounds in that situation.
All right, third down, clock is moving with the snap. Where do you want to go with it?
My quarterback running to the right. Give him buying a little bit of time and watching this guy, Cobb, in the slot.
16 in black, middle of your screen. They run it with Rayner to the right side. Late flip on the option. Clay turns it upfield, and he's got a first down inside the 5. You called it, and it's a dozen using the legs of both Rayner and Clay.
Well, they love space. They run to the space. That ball being on the left hash, you give your quarterback enough time. Just allow the play to develop, and Rayner has made the right play so far today.
Boy, he has taken what's there. He has been consistent. Couple of near turnovers, some dicey moments, but Arkansas State's been sturdy. Now can they cash in? Rayner. End zone. Just out of the reach of his intended target, Hunter Summers. Second down coming up.
Oh, man, they had the perfect route combination. It was 2 guys right on the line, and what they did was just a quick switch route. You wait, and you got to throw to the area. That time, Rayner has got to put a little more air on that football. If he puts a little more of a rainbow ball, that should have been a touchdown.
All right, so you got 45 seconds to work with. Iowa State, who has never trailed this season, staring down the 17th play of an 8+ minute drive from Arkansas State.
Watch the tight end Fortenbaugh.
Rayner running behind Clay with a cut, a spin, a shove to the end zone. Touchdown! Jalen Rayner rumbles, and Arkansas State can take the lead.
I mean, this is just all will and want to. All will. He knows where that first down, he knows where the touchdown is, he knows where the goal line is. You had some outstanding blocks up front, but a couple of guys had free shots on Rayner, but he goes through that 6', 200-pound quarterback, knowing where the end zone is. That's a nice job by Rayner, keeping those legs moving.
17 plays, 70 yards, 8 minutes and 13 seconds, you see. And of course, one huge costly penalty on Drew Surgis, a backup safety, former walk-on for Iowa State. And now Arkansas State has the lead in the final minute of the first half. And if you're just joining us, maybe you're flipping over at halftime from other games, this penalty kept Arkansas State on the move.
Yeah, it was the penalty that kept the drive going. And then an outstanding job by Jalen Rayner, just keeping the drive, making some critical throws and plays, and it gets down inside the 5-yard line. And I always say it, Mike, it's players, not plays. Hand the ball, give the ball, and if you're the quarterback, get the snap and make a play, and that's what Rayner did for the touchdown.
What a job by Butch Jones's team. Look, on a day, the former Tennessee head coach, who, by the way, is the last Tennessee head coach to beat Georgia. He's here in Jonesboro, Arkansas in year 5 with a team that he is still figuring out. He had to get the roster in order coming out of COVID his first couple of years. But you see what he's done the last 2 seasons. And then with almost an entirely new team here this year, they are leading the number 14 team in the country.
Yeah, the formula is what they talked about all week long. They want to get this into the second half. More importantly, the fourth quarter. And they get the ball to start the second half. So you've got to be really excited if you're a Red Wolves fan.
Intentionally short kick from Clayton Amaya, and Iowa State will have it at the 25-yard line. That was the longest touchdown drive in terms of plays for an Arkansas State team since 2021. And what a march that was for the Red Wolves. who, by the way, you see they're getting the football to begin the second half as well. And so how aggressive do you want to get? 39 seconds, experienced quarterback, couple of timeouts for Rocco Becht and Iowa State.
It's all about your drive starter. Yes, I trust my third-year quarterback that we can try to go out and get points. But remember, we have a situation with the field goal kicking. So how aggressive do you want to be when Conradi, your field goal kicker, missed on his last opportunity and came out of the tent, the medical tent, hasn't looked too well.
Don saw him stretching his hip on his right leg. And now before the snap here, we have the play clock winding down on the Cyclones.
There's no foul on the play. The play clock did not reset.
So they're going to reset the clock. There is no delay of game on the Cyclones here. So how does this drive start? Probably determines how aggressive Matt Campbell gets headed to halftime. Back to the air. Checked out Carson Hansen, and a good pickup on first down. Smartly turns out of bounds. Only 6 seconds come off the clock, and it's 14 yards.
Yeah, that's a good drive starter, because now you've got a little bit of momentum, and now you're trying to figure out, but what is the range for the field goal kicking? That's what it is. Chase Smith, he's a true freshman. He's over there warming up. Chase Smith, he's a true freshman out of Iowa. What's his range? I don't think he has not attempted a field goal this season.
Yeah, he's not even listed on the depth chart. Becht going back to the air. Under some pressure, navigating, and he ducks down. It's a loss of a yard, and immediately Matt Campbell races in to call his second timeout with 25 seconds remaining. So 25 seconds to go. Well defended there by Arkansas State.
Yeah.
We welcome you here to Jonesboro, Arkansas. Kirk Morrison, Mike Monaco with you, Don Davenport down on the field. And yes, you read that right. If you've been watching the Backyard Brawl, if you've been watching the game on Rocky Top, it is the Red Wolves leading the Cyclones, the number 14 team in the country.
Yeah, today it's just been about the quarterback, Julian Rayner. He's been able to, you know what, keep things, I think, under, without any pressure, being able to move the ball up and down the field. Now, a key penalty helped out the Red Wolves in getting a touchdown, but so far, this is the game plan for Butch Jones and this Red Wolves team. They want to get into the second half, and right now, they're doing it.
Yeah, that's what he said to Don Davenport pregame. Can we get this game to the fourth quarter? And he told us yesterday, you can't win this game until you make sure you're not losing this game, and they have played it pretty steady and smartly so far.
Yeah, but I think I'm looking at it on the opposite side, too. Iowa State maybe overlooking this Arkansas State team as well. A big emotional win over a rival in Iowa a week ago, and now all of a sudden they're in a dogfight.
On second down, here's a shot up the seam to Xavier Townsend. Takes it into field goal territory on a dart from Becht for 35.
Oh, man, they've been waiting on Townsend. They've been trying to get him going. He's lined up in the middle in the slot, and that's a nice throw from Becht to Townsend.
Super quiet from Townsend the first 3 games. Becht looking end zone, got it! Touchdown, Tom Overby! What an answer from the Cyclones!
That's the best throw of the day. And silence over this crowd. You've got everything that you want, and Overby just runs right by him. That's it. That ball's thrown perfectly. Overby actually had to slow up just a little bit, but the ball right into his arm. That's an outstanding play. And this is I don't see the field goal kicking team coming out. I don't see the extra point. Looks like this is probably going to go for 2.
Yeah, try to make it 7. You got the question mark with Kyle Conradi as it is. I mean, Dom Overby just blew by Avante Dickerson. Butch Jones going to take a timeout here. These 2 points, very important. I mean, Overby just dusted Avante Dickerson.
Well, I think Dickerson, remember, they went hurry up. And so sometimes you have to have the communication. Big play by Townsend right before on the catch. But this is the matchup up top. And for me, I don't know how you let a guy just run right by you. I mean, you expect a little bit more from the 5th-year senior in Dickerson, who's lined up on the outside. Just remember, you have to stay deeper than the deepest. a throw underneath actually helps you because it makes them run the clock or burn their last timeout. You're not supposed to get beat deep. That's probably what Butch Jones is telling those guys. We can't allow the deep throw to connect.
All right, now very important two-point play here. You got Carson Hansen, the running back. Bevy of tight ends again for the Cyclones. They will shift Cooper Alexander, Ben Bramer and company to the left side of the formation. Betts, Hansen out of the backfield for 2 more. And it makes it a 7-point Iowa State lead. Boy, what an answer from the Cyclones. 28 seconds, they march 75 yards with the Overby touchdown.
Well, I just love this play. You get tight end, tight end, tight end, come on, and then just run the back right here. And that's how it goes. You get all the action going toward the field, and then the back sneaks in right behind it, and there's nobody there to pick them up.
Pretty well designed there by Taylor Mauser, the offensive coordinator, and a big answer. I mean, just a kick in the rear, perhaps, to get the Iowa State offense going. That gets taken down at 2nd down, but a quick strike to Townsend, and then Overby on the deep ball.
Yeah, I want to go back to that previous series, though. You remember going out of bounds, I believe it was Clay. Remember on that 2nd down, he ran and went out of bounds to stop the clock. You wanted to try to bleed this clock as much as possible. They scored a touchdown, Arkansas State did, but this could have been much less time on the clock for that Iowa State drive.
And so now with 11 seconds to go, Arkansas State picks it up with Reed Linder, and he gets blasted right around the 35. Absolutely leveled by Miles Mendezu. Hey, the WNBA playoffs tip off Sunday, and we'll have all 4 first-round games. Valkyries Lynx begin at 1 Eastern on ESPN. Fever Dream at 3 o'clock on ABC. Liberty Mercury coverage starts at 5 Eastern over on ESPN, and then Storm Aces at 10 Eastern on ESPN as well, and all 4 games also available on the all-new ESPN app. So the ball's at the 35, 7 seconds until halftime for Jalen Rayner at Arkansas State. Devin Spencer with a cut, and Spencer takes it out past the 45. It's enough for a first down. And Arkansas State content to take that to halftime. They'll get the football to begin the second half. They momentarily had the lead on number 14 Iowa State, but Rocco Beck pilots the Cyclones down the field. Don.
Coach Campbell, offense found their momentum that drive. What was the difference?
Yeah, you know, I feel like the offense, we've been moving the ball up and down the field. It's the red zone. We've kind of hurt ourselves a couple of times and had opportunity to score points, and we just didn't. So I think our kids are playing good football. Our precision and details off, and we're going to have to be better in the second half.
Defensive execution. What's the biggest thing you point out in that locker room?
Man, we got to win first down. You know, when we win first down, and then you got to win second down. I feel at times we're winning first down, and then we're giving them back in it and allowing them the third down in manageable situations.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
Don, thank you. Yeah, they trailed for the first time. It only lasted 28 seconds. Now time for the Michelin Halftime Report with Trevor Maddich. Here's Kevin Connors.
Ike, 22 consecutive games with a touchdown pass for Rocco Beck, longest active streak in the FBS. It is the Michelin Halftime Report. We begin with a thriller so far at Neyland Stadium.
Where number 14 Iowa State is on the road, and they're locked in a 1-score game against Arkansas State. As we get ready for the second half, Kirk Morrison, Mike Monaco back with you. Don Davenport is down on the field. What is missing right now for Iowa State?
To me, it's the red zone. The red zone offense in particular, something that we talked about before the game started. How would Iowa State offensively convert in the red zone and also just sustain drives? I think Arkansas State is kind of playing to their game plan. They want to get into the second half. Like I always say, they want to get Iowa State into the deep end. The only thing is, Iowa State's comfortable with playing in the deep end. They're comfortable with taking games into the third and fourth quarter, especially last week. They played Iowa, won that game in the fourth.
Very short kickoff to Reed Linder from Chase Smith, not Kyle Conrady. And that's part of the stories as we take you back to what you might have missed in the first half. Iowa State jumped out with a Rocco Beck running touchdown to set the stage and get on the board first. But Kyle Conrady with some kicking woes, a missed extra point, a missed field goal, and then this roughing the kicker on Drew Surgis helped the 17-play drive for Arkansas State.
Yeah, that's what it was all about. In that first half, Arkansas State just keeping and chipping away, but they weren't able to survive the half. They gave up this touchdown to Overby, and that's where we're at right now, my 17-10 Iowa State.
And Jalen Rayner going to the air, and he had it batted down. Let's check in with Don.
Hey, Mike, you would think within 7 of a top 15 team that this Arkansas State team would be ready and maybe a little happy in that locker room, but not the case. Head coach Butch Jones told me disappointment was the feeling in that locker room because of the last 38 seconds in that second half. Missed assignment that cost them some points. He said offensively, we have got to be balanced here in this second half if we're going to get on the board, and that is all on Jalen Rayner.
Well, he hands it off to Devin Spencer for no gain, so 3rd down and 10 coming up. And yeah, that final drive, just to revisit it, it's a 14-yard pass to Carson Hansen. That set it up, but then a sack of Rocco Becht, but then 2 big plays through the air. The 35-yard connection to Townsend, the touchdown to Overby.
Yeah, 2 X plays, as we call them, the explosive plays. Defensively, Arkansas State, you just got to stay on top. They relaxed a little bit, but I go back to that series prior. They had a run play, could have stayed in bounds, could have bled the clock, would have gave Iowa State no time to go for that final touchdown before the half.
3rd down and 10 for Jalen Rayner. Sidestep trouble, takes off with his legs, and Jalen Rayner's got a 1st down. Bo Goodwin wrapped him up, but not before a dozen and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, this is just Jalen Rayner. I talk about it all the time. His ability to just extend plays. He went through his progressions, right? Patient, saw there was nothing there, and went right through the teeth of that defense for the 1st down.
That was a key balance for you coming into this. How long does he stay going through his progressions versus take off?
Absolutely. I saw it all week long. He goes through the progressions, but sometimes you got to go make a play. That's what he did on that last one.
Yeah, he tucked it and it took off there. Empty on 1st down against a 3-man rush. Plenty of time for Jalen Rayner. Good coverage, and he fires, and it's incomplete. Corey Rucker could not haul it in with Jeremiah Cooper stepping in front.
Yeah, could not haul it in. I thought he had that football. He just didn't secure the catch. Rucker's got to have a strong hands on that one. I think that's what he's pointing back to his quarterback, saying, I got you, because he put that one on him. Rucker's got to 2-hand grab that one and tuck it in.
Yeah, again, this is a 6th-year senior, Corey Rucker, preseason 1st-team Sun Belt, who leads all active FBS players in career receiving yards, but he's been quiet to start this season. High snap, it's a screen. This is the jitterbug Chauncey Cobb with nowhere to go. There is a flag down. Jamison Patton was engaged with Corey Rucker. We got to check this marker. Could be a holding call against Rucker here.
Because Rucker just got ran over. I want to show you this play. This is what I call refusing to be blocked. I think they get Rucker on the hold at the point of attack.
Holding, offense, number 7. Our penalty, 2nd down.
I want you to watch Jamison Patton. He's number 2. He realizes what's going to happen. He knows it's a screenplay. So what does he do? He defeats the blocker. See how he pushes Rucker all the way back? All Rucker can do is hold on for dear life. But it's Patton who makes that play. Man, that's unbelievable awareness.
Is that holding for an advantage or just holding to save your life there for Corey Rucker?
Holding on for dear life.
Yeah. 2nd down and long for Arkansas State. Quick hitter, good catch on a bit of a high ball to Chauncey Cobb. 3rd down and long coming up. But how fun has Chauncey Cobb been? 5'6", roommates with Jalen Rayner. Cobb off to a great start this year.
Yeah, to me, he is the impact player of their offense. They find ways to get him the football, whether it's end arounds, whether it's screens. He seems to be the catch and go guy. You want to get him on the move.
Now, where do you go here? You need a dozen on 3rd down.
I go right back to Cobb on an in route or a cross field route. He's in the slot up top.
Pressure comes. Rayner escapes. Again with his legs. Jalen Rayner slips a tackle. 1st down and more. Jalen Rayner uses the legs. Late flag came in. Right at the end of a 23-yard pickup for Jalen Raynor.
Yeah, it's his roommate, number 16, Cobb, at the end of the play. Just watch the ability of Raynor. He goes through his progressions, Mike. We've talked about it, but then it's the ability to tuck and run and go. At the end of the play, Chauncey Cobb, his roommate, could have laid off of a would-be tackler, and it was just a slight touch that was a block in the back.
So Cravon Barrett, the referee, in discussions with his crew, and there's Cobb right there coming in.
Yeah, because he got the line to gain, so that's the first down. But if they go back 10 yards, he still has the first down. So it's going to be a first down after it, no matter what.
On the linebacker, Cooper Ebel.
Holding. Offense. Number 16. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Third down.
Well, I thought they still have enough for the first down. So if they go 10 back 10 yards, it still puts the ball past the marker for the first down.
So you saw Raynor at the end of it. Chauncey Cobb is confused over there on the sideline.
So if they call holding from where holding was, it's still enough for a first down.
Right now they've got the ball spotted at the plus 48-yard line.
Okay, they've got the chains mixed up here. There we go. I'm going off the yard markers.
Yeah, so they had the sticks.
The sticks messed up. There we go.
Messed up
so
there.
So it's 3rd and 1. Because I'm saying that stick on the far side was enough for a first down, but because of the penalty, it puts them in 3rd and 1.
Yeah, so look, Iowa State's looking for an explanation as well on the sideline. But it is 3rd down and 1 for Jalen Raynor. He had picked up 23 there before the penalty, and then the holding backed him up 10. Raynor keeps, got around the edge, and Raynor with physicality to finish a first down pickup on Tayshaun James with his legs.
It's just great blocking. Trey Bell, he's got to be outside, but a nice block by Fortenberry. He's the tight end. He got a nice little seal, and with Fortenberry doing his job, Raynor is able to race to the outside and go straight up the sideline.
So it's the legs making a huge impact for Jalen Raynor yet again on this drive. Boy, so important coming out of halftime for Arkansas State to put something together here. Devin Spencer, he runs physically as well. Zach Lovett, the 5th-year senior backup linebacker, on the stop after 7, and 2nd down and very manageable coming up.
You know, we haven't said his name a lot, Tyler Fortenberry.
Officials timeout.
But I want you to watch the block of number 19. He's the tight end on the right side. You want to talk about doing your job? This is textbook blocking right here by Fortenberry.
Created that hole for Devin Spencer. Tayshaun James, the safety, is down for Iowa State. We will check on the redshirt sophomore when we come back.
All right, ladies. Next stop, laundry room. Big no to dryer 3.
Good call.
This bathroom, 1 blow dryer at a time.
Good call.
I know. Let's go. Oh, so if you get lost...
Wait, is that the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7? You're full of good calls.
Well, the best call was getting it at AT&T. I got their best deal without paying for the most expensive plan. You'll learn.
Get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 with Galaxy AI on us. Most expensive plan not required.
Pick 6 for $19.99 is the perfect meal for 2.
I can't believe we're on a date.
Oh, I'm just here for pick 6.
Imagine what our kids would look like.
I don't want to have kids with you.
6 kids.
6?
Pick 6.
Wait, could we eat here every meal?
Yes.
All right, I'm down. Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
Who's here? Chief, no, T4, he says.
Because any car that doesn't offer the confidence that it will find you is a car that stops short of amazing.
Coach here. Nobody has more sports content than the all-new ESPN app. Nobody. The NBA, WNBA, NHL, NWSL, the U.S. Open, the NFL, college football playoff, all of ESPN, all in one place.
Tonight, ABC, 7:30 Eastern Time. It's Florida. Billy Napier trying to get it going with the Gators. They are at number 3 LSU in Baton Rouge. Tayshaun James, the safety who played a whole lot more last week in the Cyhawk game, just went up the tunnel and left the Iowa State defense. Back here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Iowa State a playoff hopeful, off to a 3-0 start this season. They're 1-0 in the Big 12. They are the highest ranked Big 12 team. They're up by 7 on Arkansas State. He's on the move here with Jalen Raynor quarterbacking the Red Wolves. Raynor's legs have been effective, and they are again as he navigates for a first down.
They're utilizing extra blockers too. So now you've got Kenyon Clay, number 5, who leads the way. So first he fakes a handoff, and he turns into the lead blocker. So that's a nice job of using an extra blocker, but the intended or non-intended fake from Clay, and he's able to get up on the linebacker.
4 carries, 52 yards. Just here in the first 5 minutes of the second half for Jalen Raynor, who's run for 75 yards in total in this game. From just outside the red zone. High snap again. Kenyon Clay banging out bodies, takes it into the red zone with a 4-yard pickup.
I love this incremental drive, right? It's 5 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards. Then you get the big play. So I love the way that this drive is going. The one thing that Arkansas State is doing as well, they're bleeding the clock. They're trying to limit the possessions for that Iowa State offense. We saw how quickly they scored before the half. And so you're seeing right now how they're bleeding the clock a little bit, playing the game to their favor.
And we showed you that 17-play drive is the 11th play here. 7 of the first 10 have been on the ground. Raynor on a roll, incomplete. Tried to hook up with Jordan Smart, the 5th-year senior now playing at his 4th school, and it brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, I think he was trying to make the right play and maybe should have been able to take off and run. A nice job by Fortenberry, again, the tight end who sealed the edge. Thought Raynor could have took off and got some positive yards.
So is it the legs again here on another 3rd down for Jalen Raynor for you?
Yeah, it's always the legs for Raynor on 3rd down, but it's the opportunity to see with no safety in the middle of the field. Look at no safety in the middle of the field. Does he find a route that gets into the back end of that secondary?
There were 4 wide spreading it out, and Iowa State showing a blitz off the right side. They back off, and now a pre-snap whistle. And it looks like Butch Jones took a timeout.
Timeout. Arkansas State. Their first of the half.
So with the play clock winding down, Butch Jones takes his first of this second half, and a huge 3rd down coming up as they try to spring an upset on number 14.
Special edition Gold Snack Wrap.
Thursday Night Football on Prime.
It's on.
We gonna let them know.
This week, an AFC East rivalry ignites as the Miami Dolphins battle the Buffalo Bills in a heated division showdown.
There he goes again. Can you believe this? Breaking tackles through the middle. James Cook.
Stream Thursday Night Football. Dolphins, Bills at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
Drop whatever you're doing right now. The Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal is here. That's 2 Junior Bacon Cheeseburgers, medium fries, and a medium drink. So you better be on your way. Bacon waits for no one. The #1 deal for the #1 bacon cheeseburger, gotta be Wendy's.
Kraft Mac and Cheese.
Get 'em up, get 'em up.
The one and only.
drive for Arkansas State, and it meets a third down for Butch Jones, who's been leaning on the legs of Jalen Rayner when faced with third downs in this game.
Yeah, he's just finding a way. It's run-pass options. You're going to have the opportunity to pass. If it's not there, just get positive yards. That's what it is, keeping the ball in play. They talked about it all week long, Arkansas State offensively. That's what Rayner has been doing all game long, but especially in this drive. 5 rushes for 55 yards by Rayner.
They need 6 here. Ball just into the red zone for Arkansas State. Four-man rush. Rayner, sideline to the end zone. Summers, incomplete. Looked like he was out of bounds with Trey Bell in coverage on Hunter Summers.
Oh, tremendous coverage by Trey Bell. He utilized the sideline, and he pushed all the way through and forced what would have been an incredible catch, but just ran out of real estate. That's a nice job by Bell, just fighting through to the end, turns his head back around. Just not enough room to make the catch with Summers.
And so the field goal unit comes out for Arkansas State, and Clune Van Andel from 35 yards. And Clune Van Andel is good again. Trims into a 4-point game. So if you're Arkansas State, you would have loved 7 at the end of another long drive. But you do chew up about 6 minutes. Right. On a really hot day, you keep the Iowa State defense out there for a while with 13 plays, and you do get some points.
Yeah, but you want to see what the Iowa State offense can do now. It's about what can you get stops now. Because I think offensively, Arkansas State's gotten into a little bit of a rhythm. But can their defense make some shots? So that's what Butch Jones talked about coming out of half. He told Don Davenport, what? We've got to make some stops. We've got to execute defensively. We can't give up the big play. And that's what this Iowa State team wants to do now. Get right back in this game, get the ball deep down the field.
In this huge game here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Number 14 in the country, Iowa State, Matt Campbell's team, the highest ranked team that has ever played here at Centennial Bank Stadium, which opened in the 1970s. First Big 12 team that has ever played here at this stadium. We got a 4-point game into the second half. Clayton Amaya, the sophomore from Texas, boots it away for Arkansas State. And Carson Hansen with the fair catch signal. Well, we've got the Taco Bell Live Más student section, and only one student section can claim the title of Live Más student section of the year. Who will take home the trophy this year? It is hot, so you can understand the guns being out here at the vault. Temperature down on the field on this turf surface, Don just said to us, 96 degrees. It was up to 112 on the turf earlier.
As long as you got your SPF, you're good to go. You got to have your sunscreen on. It's hot.
Hey, I got to point out, Arkansas State's sideline, they've been in the shade since right before the half, not Iowa State.
And Rocco Becht for the Cyclones goes back to work. Saw what he's done the last couple of drives. On the rollout, used the pump and fired incomplete, looking for Brett Eskelson. A.G. McGee in coverage, the Marshall transfer who's been the heartbeat of the defense.
Yeah, I thought that Becht could have got some yards on that one, just running the football and then run out of bounds. But always trying to make the play, tries to get the ball to Eskelson. But I think he should have just ran out of bounds or get some positive yards. See, he's got about 5 yards right there. But Eskelson, he's covered.
So second down coming up for Rocco Becht. Hansen gets blown up. Nice tackle from Brandon Barnes. 4-yard pickup. And third down coming up.
And that's the guy who's still down is Barnes. He came through flying.
Well, we talked about the passing game for Iowa State coming in. Entering today, top targets on this team, the tight ends. And we were wondering, would today be the day the wide receivers get going?
Well, it probably would have been more, but Burkle is out today. So it's really been about trying to get these wide receivers going a little bit. Townsend had a big catch. Overby had the touchdown right before. So nice little job.
Well, Brandon Barnes is down again. He got dinged up earlier as well. Really physical tackler. who came in there trying to finish a hit on Carson Hansen.
It's just collisions. That's the second collision with Carson Hansen today. They had one earlier in the game, and this time it's just one-on-one. Who's going to win? Barnes won, but definitely he had to sacrifice the body again.
Also worth noting on the Arkansas State defense, they've been out without one of their starting defensive tackles, Cody Sigler, D2 transfer, who suffered a hairline fracture in his nose this week during practice. So they've been out one of the big pieces on their defense. 3rd down and 6 for Iowa State.
I like this matchup on the backside. I don't know if they go here, but the tight end, Bramer.
Yeah, with 3 to the right, Bramer on the line to the left. Bat goes right. He fires, and it's batted down by Malik McConaughey. He's into the game for Brandon Barnes, and he comes up big and forces 4th down.
Oh, just watch the eyes of the quarterback. He led all the way through. His eyes. It was the eyes of Rocco Beck that McConaughey, he just watched. Watch the quarterback's eyes. He's staring down where he's going to go with the football. And McConaughey, I don't think he believed it. Had he believed it, I think he could have got 2 hands on it and returned that one for 6.
Boy, what a job by the Utah State transfer nonetheless. These are his first defensive snaps of the season. Guy who had been injured coming out of fall camp and stepping in for Barnes, who just got dinged up. McConaughey makes the play, reading Becht. Tyler Perkins gets it away toward Aaron Blankus. Good punt, backs up Blankus to about the 15. And Blankus takes it out just shy of the 30. We got a 4-point game midway through the 3rd quarter in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
A Monday Night Football doubleheader. Bucks Texans at 7 and Chargers Raiders at 10.
And I'm not talking USC versus Stanford. We got the NFL edition. And what a debut, Raiders debut last week for Geno Smith. 24 of 34, 362. Legion Stadium Monday night. Our double ESPN crews working the games. Excited for that.
Many people still talking about Kirk Morrison getting out of Gillette Stadium and making his flight out of Boston.
Yeah, thank you, Delta One. Thank you, Delta One.
Here's a handoff to Devin Spencer as Arkansas State starts this drive with a yard. All right, so we know it's about the run game for Arkansas State. They showed that on the 13-play drive. They ran it for 62 of the 70 yards on that drive. What adjustments do you expect from Iowa State?
Defensively, they've got to just continue to bring a little bit of pressure, I think, on 3rd down. Make it uncomfortable for Rayner on 3rd down. He's had too much time to be able to run or throw. They want to speed that clock up for Rayner on 3rd down.
It's on Dominique Orange, among others, in the middle of that Iowa State defensive front. Rayner steps up and gets submarined. It's a loss, and it's 3rd down coming up for Arkansas State.
Yeah, you want to hear? Watch this. Look at this. It's a 4-man rush. No, usually it's a 3-man rush for Iowa State. They said that's the change. You ask Mike, what's going to be the adjustment? It's the 4-man rush. And see, all these rushers doing a great job of keeping Rayner in the pocket, funneling him to the middle, and then they converge for the sack.
Their second one, Elijah Carnell and Dom Orange in the midst of that with their pass rush. 3rd and long, 4-man rush. Rayner, crosser, got it complete to Nana Burris, who gets tripped up just short as Jeremiah Cooper made that stop.
And out the punting unit. Oh, I thought they were going to go for it. Might get a lot of momentum, but just not enough.
And how about this tackle from the senior corner, Jeremiah Cooper, who has shifted from safety this year?
That's an NFL play right there. I mean, he's done his job. That's a long run and just gets the shoelaces, right? Just trips up the ankle. That's a turnover in my eyes because you're forcing Arkansas State to punt.
Matt Campbell told us Cooper has played incredibly well through their first 3 games. Fair catch, Xavier Townsend at the 20.
Mike, just 2 weeks before their opener, or when the coaches came to Jeremiah and asked him to move from safety to corner, told me he didn't blink. His response, I will do anything I need to do for this team. Now, it also helped that Coach Campbell has done this before. TJ Tampa, Darian Porter, to name a few, and those players made it to the league. So Jeremiah has seen that. He trusts this staff. He told me it gives him a chance to show his versatility a little bit. A big difference, though, he said, guys, you better be ready for your moment at corner. Less action than when he was at safety, but he has loved it.
But same tackling traits that he exhibited as a safety on display there as a corner.
No, that's a great play. I mean, great play right there, Mike. That's a great note. Just being able to run the alley, make the play, and honestly gets his offense back on the field with that play.
And so Rocco Becht and Iowa State back with it with about 6 to go in the third. Abu Sama with a crease, and Sama's the home run hitter. Foot on the gas pedal, and he's out of bounds. They mark him out of bounds as Malik Makatiko wrangled him out at the 36-yard line.
It's just tremendous blocking by the offensive line. There was nothing different than what they've done. Everybody just hat on hat. And we talked about the home run hitter, Sama, doing Sama things.
Picks up 44. Iowa State up tempo, and Sama out of the backfield gets involved. Terry Kirksey on the stop. We hadn't heard a whole lot from Abu Sama until that.
Yeah, that was just a terrific job by Sama. He just followed his blocking. And you look at just the big playability for Sama. That's where this offense can go. When they give him the football, he's a big play waiting to happen.
Guy was the Iowa Gatorade Player of the Year out of high school, but first got offered to play defense for the Cyclones. Sama again follows Alexander. Gets cracked down by Avante Dickerson, about a yard shy. So it's 3rd and 1 coming up for the Clones.
And I do the same thing. I would point and look at the sideline, and if I'm Sama, I'm telling them to run the same play. Run it again. You've had 2 extra blockers up front. And it looks like Burlett came in. So you have, Bohr, the left guard. So he's coming in. You've got extra guys at the point of attack.
Becht under center. And Becht picks up enough. Yeah, so they bring in all the big bodies, including 70 in white. Yeah. Trevor Bohr, who's making his season debut today. We had seen him get some snaps earlier on the offensive line. Comes in as an extra body there, a guy who had been out due to mono, but he is a big piece to have back.
Yeah, just the surge, right? Simeon Mitchell, he plays on Arkansas State 95. He tried to create a pile, but being able to move to the right and just follow that surge was Becht.
Got to look at Bohr, who Matt Campbell told us is one of our best players on offense. Sama's got nowhere to go. Simeon Mitchell got to him in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Mitchell's just right in the middle. He's just kind of dancing around, but he finds a way to squirt through. And just kind of messing up the... Here's Mitchell. He's right in the middle and just kind of makes the play. You know, sometimes you know the play before it happens. And that's the 5th TFL for this defense today. They're playing in the backfield of the Iowa State Cyclones.
It's been really good stuff from Griff McCarley, the first-year defensive coordinator. Becht on 2nd down, just off the fingertips of Tyler Moore. So 3rd down and long coming up. And remember, this spot of the field as well, it's a very uncertain field goal kicking situation for Iowa State. If you weren't with us earlier, their excellent kicker, Kyle Conrady, was dinged up in the first half. He's already missed an extra point, missed a field goal as well.
I think you've been calling for Xavier Townsend. I think this is Townsend time right now.
He's 4 and white, slot left.
Oh, watch the underneath route by this guy right here. That split.
Becht fires, and it's intercepted by Dickerson. Ben Bramer could not hang on, and it's a takeaway for Arkansas State.
Rolling the field, interception. First down.
It's Cardinal rule number 1. You catch the ball with your hands. Don't let it get into the body. Bramer lets it get into the body, and what happens? It bounces off the shoulder pad. And that's where the ricochet comes from. Avante Dickerson's right there. He's Johnny on the spot. The tip and the overthrow, they got it. But you can't allow that football, Mike, to get to the body. He's got to have those hands out, and you got to hand catch it.
Ben Bramer, normally so trustworthy. Yeah, close to the helmet. And then how about with the club and all, Avante Dickerson makes the play and atones for giving up that touchdown to Overby earlier.
Yeah, Bramer's got to catch that with his hands out in front of him. He let that ball get into his body, bounce off the shoulder pad and the helmet.
So the Red Wolves get it back on the first turnover of the game, and a seam for Devin Spencer. There is a flag down back near the line of scrimmage on what would be a first down pickup for Devin Spencer. Looks like it's going against Arkansas State.
Illegal formation, offense, more than 4 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Boy, you get the turnover. You're trailing by 4. You got number 14 in a tight one. And a pre-snap penalty like that is sloppy.
Yeah, on a positive gain too, right? You get the positive gain, and now you got to back up 5 yards. But that hasn't stopped this offense all game long. They've been able to overcome those types of plays.
Little screen for Chauncey Cobb, who got a block, and Chauncey Cobb gets a ton of it back. Cobb run out of bounds just shy of the 25 with a 13-yard pickup.
Yeah, it's just finding space. We watched it all week long, just being able to watch this offense create space, get guys like Cobb, the 5'6" Cobb, the opportunity to make a guy miss and get positive yards.
Remember, this is an offense without their best running back, Jaquez Cross, out for the season. Without one of their top tight ends today, Tyler Little, with a shoulder injury. Rayner keeps a stiff arm, but a flag down. It is a first down, but looks like a holding call perhaps on Devin Spencer, the running back. Trying to free up Jalen Rayner with his legs again.
The left side of the screen, just watch. It's the fake. Remember, they ran this play earlier, right, Mike? The fake to the running back, and then he's the lead blocker.
Holding, offense, number 4, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Tayshaun James, good to see the redshirt sophomore safety able to return to this game. All right, so it's been stop and start for Arkansas State. They've shown an ability to put together long drives. Can they do so again here? Second down and 12 for Butch Jones's team. Rayner rolls, checked out Spencer, who made a nice catch, stop and start, and Spencer runs it out of bounds with a 12-yard pickup. It's good enough for a first down, and nicely done by Devin Spencer.
Yeah, it's just all about formation recognition, though, Mike. Watch this. See this tight end here? He's on the ball, so these guys are all off the ball. These guys are all eligible. The tight end's going to block down, and if you have the awareness to know that that tight end is ineligible because he's on the line of scrimmage, that could help you out in that route. So just a little bit of formation recognition there, Iowa State could have helped them on that last play.
Fresh set of downs, and now Kenyon Clay turned it upfield. He gets cracked down by Marcus Neal, and it's another Arkansas State first down. It has been ground and pound for the Red Wolves in the second half.
Yeah, they're relying on a running game, and it's just trying to find the opening in the defense. And I'm starting to see some hands on hips from this Iowa State defense, Mike.
Remember, on a really hot day with kickoff temperatures in the 90s, temperatures still hovering around 90 degrees here, right around 5:30 local time. Rayner to throw. Rayner takes off and gets cracked down. Gets it out to the 41 with a 6-yard pickup as he really got Cooper Ebel to bite on the fake.
He sure did. He went right after it. It was Clay, the running back. Almost got tackled, but he didn't have the football. And they're willing to take the 5 yards, and then look at this play clock. They're just not snapping the football till under 15 every single time. So they're utilizing the clock and wearing down this Iowa State defense.
See the time of possession and how it tilts toward Arkansas State in these hot conditions. Clay out of the backfield. Well defended by Trey Bell. Did not let Clay get by him, and it's a loss of 2 and 3rd down coming up.
Nice job maintaining outside leverage by Trey Bell. Let the defensive cavalry come through. And it forces this 3rd down. This is a critical 3rd down right here. It's the last snap possibly before we break the quarter.
Yeah, 2 seconds separating game and play clocks here at the end of the 3rd. 3rd down and 6. Pressure comes. Rayner gets rid of it, and he got it to Chauncey Cobb. 1st down and a pickup of 11 as Rayner finds his roommate to move the sticks. How big have these drives been from Arkansas State in the 3rd? Jalen Rayner leading Arkansas State down by 4 against number 14 Iowa State.
No.
Yeah. No.
Now, when you do book with Engine, you get a dedicated team that makes sure the best place for your crew finds you.
Like this. Introducing the Old Spice NFL Collection. Try again. Here, watch. Introducing the Old Spice NFL Collection.
I'm obsessed with those windows.
Andersen makes it easy. They are the #1 trusted window and door brand.
Oh, I love those windows.
What a difference!
You know, in a world where a lot can go wrong, trust your home to Andersen.
Today, business happens virtually everywhere. That's why you need Supermobile from T-Mobile. In moments of high demand, T-Mobile's network adapts to put your business connection first.
Supermobile, the best business plan on the best network.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
When allergies throw a sucker punch, the power of Claritin punches back harder. Nothing is proven more powerful for 24-hour non-drowsy relief. Claritin clears. Now try Claritin Liquid.
When your morning schedule is full, but your belly isn't. When your kid's school pickup needs an afternoon pick-me-up. We could all use a little kind in our snack emergencies. A little protein for breakfast, sustained energy from whole grains for a midday snack. Make it a kind day.
Number 14, Iowa State is up by only 4 as we begin the 4th quarter. And the vibes in Jonesboro, Arkansas are good. Arkansas State has been leaning on Jalen Rayner, locking horns with Rocco Becht. And Arkansas State has 2 ranked wins all time, never against the top 15 opponent quite like this. Emotion all over the sideline for Butch Jones. Arkansas State with the football at midfield and a fresh set of downs as we start the 4th. Devin Spencer escaped momentarily, but wrapped up by Tayshawn James. Ike Ezeagu was the first man through, and it's a loss of 1. So 2 ranked wins all time in 38 tries before today. They're both over 25th ranked teams. Troy in 2016, Kent State in 2013, and that's it in knocking off ranked opponents. Arkansas State has done it with their ground game in particular, especially with a couple of long drives since halftime. 6 first downs in this half, 4 of them on the ground. Rayner, get it complete to Summers. Fits it into a window. Summers knocked down by Jamison. Patton after 15. And Patton is still down for Iowa State.
Oh, nice route there by Summers. He's one-on-one, and he knew that they were going to get zone. So he was able to sneak behind the linebackers. What a throw from Rayner for the first down.
We'll check on Patton when we come back with Jalen Rayner and Arkansas State on the move.
This is the new Dell AI PC with Intel inside. A PC so ahead of its time, it actually helps you save time. Like literal hours. because it does all your busy work for you. So you can get busy doing things you actually want to do. And who wouldn't want more time for that?
Extreme weather moving into the area. Better stay inside.
Don't let what's happening outside affect how you feel inside. Pella windows are tested against extreme heat, cold, wind, and rain.
Kraft Mac and Cheese.
Get 'em up, get 'em up.
The one and only.
Room for 6 full-size Passions. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience is a car that stops short of amazing.
Oreo Thins. When that fancy new dessert spot is actually your couch. Flavors that feed your fancy. Stay playful.
Take 136 teams who all want the same thing, glory, then throw in a bit of loathing, a few wild animals, and one primal scream. Now buckle up for the wild world of college football.
Words cannot describe the difference in sidelines in this game. Iowa State silent, A-State jumping. Butch Jones preaches juice, so much so they have a video on their sideline for home games. They go back, track each player's connections on the sideline. High five, you get a point. Energy shown, you get a point. That turns into the Juice Squad. And Mike and Kirk, he's about to have the whole team on the Juice Squad this year if this keeps up.
I'll say, I mean, that's what he likes to see. He likes to see his offense on the move as well, led by Jalen Rayner. Arkansas State down by 4. It's a flea flicker. Rayner, well defended, and so he just gets rid of it. Jeremiah Cooper hung with Corey Rucker, and was Rucker in the vicinity of that throw, or might this be intentional grounding? I don't know if Rucker was in the vicinity of that throw.
And there's a flag. There was nobody there, Mike. Here it is. Let's draw these tackle boxes. He's right there. He's in the box.
Intentional grounding. Offense. Number 1. Penalty is spot a foul. Loss of down. Second down.
And remember, the rules of intentional grounding change as well on a flea flicker. You relinquish possession, so even though it ends up with Jalen Rayner throwing that football, it's a lot easier for something to be called intentional grounding in that circumstance. And Rucker not in the vicinity, so that's really costly as they tried some trickery there with the ball in plus territory.
Yeah, but either you throw it in the dirt at the nearest receiver, or you throw it out of the back of the end zone.
So it backs up Arkansas State. Quick hitter. Cobb made the adjustment, made the catch, and shakes free. Chauncey Cobb! How do you do? Shake and bake from the 5'6" jitterbug.
Just watch this, just making guys miss. Chauncey Cobb can make you miss in a phone booth, and that's what he does. That's 2 guys he makes miss. Then gets up the sideline. The smallest guy on the field at 5'6", 163. Maybe the strongest guy, but showing you the wiggle, and gets his team first and goal.
A kid who before this year had 2 career touches in 2 years here. Now starring as a redshirt sophomore. First down and goal for Arkansas State, trying to grab the lead. Rayner, fade, end zone, Rucker incomplete. Jeremiah Cooper in coverage.
You couldn't play this ball any better. Just watch the patience of Rucker. I mean, the patience of Cooper. He's right there. He is step for step. And when he jumps and turns his head around, that is fantastic by Cooper. That's 2 guys battling, but I love the way that Cooper had his hand in between Rucker's arms. He was going to knock that ball away.
First incompletion of the drive. Jalen Rayner had been 6 for 6 on another lengthy drive. Rayner keeps, got the edge, and Rayner shoved out of bounds by Tayshaun James. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal. So first thing you got to ask as it relates to the play calling here, is it 4-down territory in your mind?
I'm
You got
going
a
4
chip
downs.
shot field goal, but you got number 14 here.
No, I've got 4 downs, and I'm banking on my defense. I'm going to spread everybody out. Empty formation. I'm trying to put everybody out there on the line of scrimmage to create a space for my quarterback to find out where to go.
Rayner's been dazzling today. He's got Kenyon Clay beside him. Rayner runs, flips it to Fortenberry for a touchdown. Now there is a flag. Was there a push-off here?
Is there a push-off or even possibly the receiver blocking at the end? Because that's a pass interference. So you got offensive pass interference possibly. You've got a lot of things here.
Offensive pass interference. Number 10, 15-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Now to have offensive pass interference on what you would call a pick or a rub, the pass must go beyond the line of scrimmage, which it obviously did there to Fortenberry, with Jalen Benelli getting flagged there for offensive pass interference.
All Benelli has to do is run, turn around, and stop. Watch Benelli here. If he gets here and stops, see, he's just got to stop. He runs there and literally takes out the defender who's in coverage. If he runs and stops right there and shows his hands to the quarterback, that's not a pick. But because he runs right through and the defender who's guarding Fortenberry is on the ground, that's a flag.
That's costly. Now it's 3rd down and goal from the 17. And Rayner takes off. Rayner gets the edge. Rayner for a touchdown. There's a flag down back at the 17, right near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think this was going to be on Will Saxton, the right guard, 50. He's right in the middle.
Holding. Offense. Number 50. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
It was 50. Will Saxton, just like I thought. Yeah.
3rd down.
I don't think he likes this one, and I don't like it either, but I thought the quarterback was around. Watch 50 right here. He's the guy. And just watch what happens. I didn't see a lot, but there was restriction. I didn't see much, but that's where they called it. I saw a little bit. I don't like the call, though.
Boy, so there, it doesn't look like on the initial surge, it looked like from Dominique Orange that there's anything, but then once Rayner's on the move, was there a grab a little bit out of the picture?
But he was, when Rayner was on the move, but I thought he had already kind of passed already for that throw, for that flag to be thrown.
9 penalties, 75 yards, and now it's 3rd down and goal from the 26 for Arkansas State. Screen, Jalen Benelli with nowhere to go. Jeremiah Cooper on the stop, and so now you go from thinking a couple of times you might have had touchdowns to can you hit this field goal to make it a 1-point game?
Yeah, that's the crucial part of the situation. A couple of opportunities, but missed execution. You had the holding, you had the offensive pass interference. Those are plays. This is a highly penalized team. You can't have those plays, especially here in the 4th quarter. Now it falls on the leg of your kicker.
Boy, you think for Butch Jones, you had a 13-play drive that ended in a field goal, and now a 14-play drive to this point, and you're hoping to get 3 here from Clune Van Andel from 40 yards away, and Van Andel's kick is good. So 2 trudges down the field for Arkansas State. Just a combined 6 points out of it, but we got a 1-point ball game.
By definition, unlimited. That's the definition of unlimited.
Finding inner flex with Duluth Double Flex Denim. Look deep. Deeper. 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 Too deep. Find your inner flex with Duluth Double Flex Ballroom Denim. Only at Duluth Trading.
In the wild, everything is always in front of you. Sauvage Elixir, Dior.
At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
Arkansas State thought it took the lead on number 14 Iowa State, but holding was called.
Yeah, it was called right here. Number 50, Will Saxton. He's the right guard. And at first, initially, you didn't see where the penalty came in, but it was the right arm that got over to that shoulder pad. But I thought the quarterback, Rayner, had already gotten past when that flag was thrown.
Trying from this angle as well. Right arm of Saxton. Is there enough restriction with holding there on Dominique Orange? Well, let's ask Butch Jones, and he says that's a questionable call, maybe with a different word thrown in.
I think he understands that call in that situation is one that you could probably say the refs can keep that flag in the pocket.
Well, we got a one-point game. We still got a long way to go with 12 minutes remaining in the fourth. Let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
And Mike, an update on things in Knoxville, Georgia, driving down a score. Watch Joshua Josephs get to Gunnar Stockton and Bryson Eason fall on it.
Yep, this was 3rd and 14 because Tennessee got a sack 2 plays before this and set that up.
Still a one-score game on ABC. Meantime, Florida LSU will kick 7:30 on ABC. Things boiled over in the pregame.
This is way early in the pregame. Nobody's got even their pants on in a T-shirt. They're football pants. So there's no love lost between these guys.
Busy day, Mike, on ABC.
Get in the locker room, it looked like from Garrett Nussmeier saying to his teammates there. All right, we welcome you back to Jonesboro, Arkansas. Mike Monaco, Kirk Morrison, Don Davenport, and Rocco Beck to the air, and he's got it complete to Chase Sowell. Started his career at Colorado, and he picks up 4.
Oh, you see that fastball? That ball had some zip on it from Rocco Beck. And I think, look, this Iowa State team is used to playing games in the fourth quarter like this. So they've swam in the deep end. They understand how to execute down the stretch. We saw how they won last week versus Iowa. This is a team that's comfortable in the fourth quarter.
We have not seen the Cyclones with the ball very much. 3:38 of possession time in the second half before this drive. Carson Hansen goes up the middle. He picks up a couple of yards, and 3rd down coming up.
See, it's a little bit different when Iowa State has the ball, right? When it's Arkansas State, we say, hey, Rayner's going to use his legs if it's not there, and they have the ability to pick up a 1st down on a broken play. This time you're going to ask Rocco Beck to have to make the play.
Huge 3rd down.
Bunch set at the top.
With Bramer in motion. Rocco Beck for Bramer, and Bramer looks like he's got enough for a 1st down. Brandon Greil in on the stop. And that was very close to the sticks, but Rocco Beck goes to his tight end.
Yeah, it's a guy he loves the most, his tight ends. So you cannot be surprised. Watch how this ball is just thrown right on time. And Bramer making the play this time. What did you see that was different from the last time out? He caught that with his hands. Remember, he allowed the ball to come through, and that's how he got intercepted off of his shoulder pad. That time, Bramer with a hands catch turned up for the 1st down.
Back to the air, long throw, and he got it to the edge for Carson Brown. Only his 2nd catch of the season. He picks up 6. You know, we've been wondering coming in, what would the skill guys look like for Iowa State? Because the wide receivers had not really flashed the first 3 games. And then Gabe Burkle, one of the 2 top tight ends with Ben Bramer, out today with a groin injury, somewhat out of precaution. And then Iowa State finds itself in a 1-point game here in the 4th quarter. And Bramer finally involved as well on these last couple of drives. Bent, deep shot downfield for Townsend. Dropped in the bucket by Rocco Beck. Townsend.
That's his best throw of the day. And look at the rainbow ball. Well, they call these the moon balls, right? Russell Wilson has done a great job in the NFL for doing these types of plays. But see the arc on that football, able to go up and drop down in the bucket of gold like a rainbow.
And now Carson Hansen breaks a couple of tackles, and Hansen takes it a shade inside the 10. Boy, what a throw from Rocco Becht, who is so good in the big moments.
And it's a great route. Townsend just gets to the outside, and watch how he adjusts to this football. See, he gave his quarterback an opportunity to get that ball. He got off the red line. We call it the red line, that little 5 yards off the sideline. Just give your quarterback an opportunity so you can fade to it, and that's what Townsend did. He did it a lot at UCF, and now bringing it to the Cyclones.
Those guys, Townsend and Becht, have known each other since they were 8 years old. Hansen's helmet came off, so Sama comes into the game and gets the carry. And Sama's got a touchdown! There is a flag down back near the line of scrimmage. And this might be holding, perhaps, on the left tackle, James Neal III.
Offense, number 75, 10-yard penalty, second down.
And the hard part is that I don't blame Neal. And I know he's frustrated, because initially the play is supposed to go inside of Neal. So this ball's supposed to go in here, but because Sama takes it outside, Neal doesn't know that. He's like, hey, I'm blocking for the play to go inside of me, but when Sama goes to the outside, that's where you got the hold. That's where the frustration part comes in. He's taught all week long that ball is going to cut on my inside hip. Next thing you know, you got the running back seeing daylight to the outside, and Neal's holding on a jersey.
So again, red zone penalties. We've had a boatload of them on these last couple possessions. Second down and long. Becht wants Eskelsen, incomplete, but a flag. Trenton Allen Yao was in coverage and might have got too physical with Brett Eskelsen.
Would love to see the replay on this, because I thought both players are engaged, but I think it's that left hand. It's the left
pass interference.
Arm.
Defense, number 0, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Yeah, that's the restriction. Always look for restriction. Are you restricting the wide receiver from being able to go up and make the play or make the catch? And that time, Trenton Allen Yao had that left hand on the shoulder pad. That's the pass interference call.
Boy, there's been so much symmetry. Red zone penalties, and then one that is called pass interference, one that wasn't. Cooper jockeying with Rucker at the other end. And now Iowa State's got first down and goal from the 4. Sama the carry, running over the defender for a touchdown. Grown man strength from Abu Sama on A.G. McGee.
Number 6 right here, he's in your screen. Sama and him are going to meet in the middle. And watch what happens.
Physical from Abu Sama. And now Chase Smith, the walk-on, comes on for the extra point with Kyle Conrady injured. And Chase Smith is good. He hit 3 extra points earlier this season, 2 weeks ago against South Dakota. Pressure-packed moment there, extends the lead to 8.
It started with a big throw to Townsend, and then Abu Sama runs into the end zone. Cyclones up 8.
Kraft Mac and Cheese.
Get 'em up, get 'em up.
The one and only.
What is it that makes an SUV extraordinary? Well, hang on, Parker. What are you doing?
Is it the capability to tackle absurd obstacles?
Oh, now what?
Is it being stylish and techy enough? Or is it about how many lovable pets it holds comfortably?
Aw, who doesn't love dogs?
What about putting safety first?
Okay, that's smart.
What if it's all of that and more?
Well, it's got to be the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid.
Thursday Night Football on Prime. It's on.
This week, an AFC East rivalry ignites as the Miami Dolphins battle the Buffalo Bills in a heated division showdown.
There he goes again. Can you believe this? Breaking tackles through the middle. James Cook.
Stream Thursday Night Football. Dolphins, Bills at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
All right, team. USAA is open to
spouses and kids of military who joined, like me. And grandchildren if their parents joined. Are you eligible, Coach Gronk?
It's complicated.
USAA. Become a member today.
The Loaded Italian has classic flavors with an Arby's flair. It's more American Italian than Italian, just like the Pope. And people line up to see him. Arby's, we have the meats.
Welcome to Visible, the ultimate wireless hack. It's one line, powered with unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Now just $19 a month for 1 year, guaranteed. Stream, scroll, browse, and connect with great coverage. Plus unlimited hotspot included. That's a top-tier network at a budget-friendly cost. But you already knew all that, didn't you? For a limited time, get Visible for $19 a month for 1 year, guaranteed.
You feel that? A Monday Night Football doubleheader. Baker feels it, that hyped up energy and a recharged rivalry. Feeling all the feels from Bucks Texans at 7 on ABC and ESPN and Chargers Raiders at 10 on ESPN.
ESPN supports the College Football Playoff Foundation's Extra Yard for Teachers Week every year to celebrate great teachers across the country who have inspired so many of us. You can nominate a great teacher in your community by visiting cfpfoundation.org. It's been a heck of a ball game between number 14 Iowa State at 3-0 and Arkansas State, who has never defeated a team ranked higher than 25th in the country. Here's the electric Chauncey Cobb, who runs it out just past the 25-yard line. All right, so big plays here since this fourth quarter began. Arkansas State authored another 15-play drive. They thought they had a touchdown, but Will Saxton, the right guard, gets called for holding on this Rainer would-be touchdown run, and then Rocco Becht went to work with his best ball of the day.
Yeah, throwing the ball to Townsend, and that got them inside the 5-yard line, and it's Sama time. I love it. Abu Sama goes in for the end zone, and that's where we're at right now, 24-16. Cyclones with the lead.
And now Arkansas State with the football. And that quarterback, Jalen Rainer, third-year starter here in Jonesboro. A screen to his roommate, Chauncey Cobb. Hurdles to get the edge. And Cobb with a good pickup, very close to a first down, and he does have enough.
Those are run plays. I know they go down in the book as a pass, but we've seen it so many times today. That's, to me, is just an outside zone play. You get to the outside, you get good blocking from the receivers, and Cobb gets the positive yards. A high percentage throw.
Yeah, was totally challenged by Butch Jones. They had two kids, Cobb and another guy of the same size. Butch Jones challenged both of them. Cobb stuck around. And now Rainer going to the air. Deep shot downfield for Summers. Overshot it and intercepted. Trey Bell initially hung on to it. Did he complete the catch? It's an interception for now. What a play by Trey Bell.
Rule on the field is interception. First down.
Let's just take a look at the end. Does he maintain possession all the way through? And the unbelievable job of going through. And that, my friends, is an interception by Trey Bell. I mean, the ability to go from defender to wide receiver all in one play. That's what you saw from Trey Bell. The extension, two hands out, brings that football in, and he secures the interception. That ball comes out late, but remember, that ball's already dead already. What a play by Trey Bell.
The transfer from FCS Lindenwood, where he showed up there as a two-sport player who was focused on basketball. He said at a certain point he realized he was maxed out on basketball. Well, with the hoop's length, the athleticism, what a play from one of the corners on the Iowa State defense. And now Carson Hansen on the ground for 5. I mean, that was exceptional from Trey Bell.
Just great technique. You utilize your technique in the fourth quarter. And I've mentioned it already. You get in the fourth quarter and it's Iowa State. Other teams may panic, but what have you seen from this Iowa State team? Offensively, defensively, even special teams and covering kicks. They're like, hey, we've been there before. This is who we are. We did it in week 1 against Kansas State over in Ireland. We did it last week versus Iowa. And so being here in Arkansas doesn't change how they play in the fourth quarter.
Bell hoping he just put this one to bed. Still halfway to go in this fourth quarter. Sama off the right side. With a flag down, Sama around the corner. And Sama hits the gas. Sama goes 87 yards, but we'll see if it's coming back. We've got 3 flags down.
I think it's going to be on the tight end. I didn't get the number on the tight end. I just saw a hold by a tight end. It kind of sprung the block. I think it is 87.
That'd be Cooper Alexander.
2 fouls by the offense. Holding, number 87. That penalty is declined. Holding, number 82. 10-yard penalty, second down.
So 2 of the tight ends, Cooper Alexander and Tyler Moore, and that'll come back from Sama.
Yeah, 82 and 87, they're both on the same side. So 87 is a full-on takedown, which was Alexander, and then Moore, 82, had a nice hook on the shoulder pad.
All right, so this gets interesting. I mean, it backs up Matt Campbell's team. They are deep in their own end right now. And look, even after the interception from Jalen Rayner, you get a stop here for Arkansas State. You still got plenty of time. Rocco Beck's going to the air. Deep ball. Sideline for Overby, who could not hang on. Trenton Allen Yao in coverage. Overby has struggled some with contested catches the first 3 games.
Well, and Overby just didn't give his quarterback any room. That's on the receiver. Look at this. See how tight Overby is to the sideline? Where could your quarterback put the ball? And a nice job of using that extra defender. The sideline was Yao. That's a nice job by the corner, number 0, Yao, playing to his strengths, which is the sideline, the extra imaginary defender.
Big third down here for Iowa State.
I think this is a big draw play right here to Hansen.
They're going to throw it. Becht across the middle, too tall for Chase Sowell. Barely intercepted as well by Brandon Barnes, and it's 4th down.
That's disappointing. Very disappointing. You had the play to Overby right before, and this is a play that has to be made. Like, Sowell, this is what you're expected to make that play. That's right there in his hands. You expect that from your wide receivers, who, to me, have definitely disappointed today.
And again, we came in talking about that. Who would step up at wide receiver for Iowa State? And here, it's a punt that got away by Tyler Perkins on a bobble. It bounces down in front of Aaron Blankus, and it'll be excellent field position. Perkins dropped the snap. He recovered. Let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Mike, wild game over on ABC. Tennessee leading Georgia by 8. Trevor, this is Gunnar Stockton to London Humphreys.
And Stockton was not supposed to be able to hit these kinds of downfield throws, but that was a perfect throw into the alley. Humphreys did a great job adjusting to it.
2-point game. You go for 2 and find Zachariah Branch. It's tied at 38. Tennessee is driving near field goal range. Mike.
Sounds like the game of the year, perhaps, so far through 3 weeks.
Oh, man, it's a good one.
And now for Jalen Rayner at Arkansas State, you've got the best starting field position for either team today. Chauncey Cobb again from Jalen Rayner takes it close to the 40. I mean, you're talking about playing with fire for the veteran punter for Iowa State, Tyler Perkins.
Yeah, he just drops that ball. That ball's in his hands. I mean, how many drops have we seen today, whether it's the punter, the receivers? I mean, we can count a lot. If I had $1 for each one, we'd be rich today, Mike.
Flying home first class. Kenyon Clay ran into the arms of Elijah Carnell. And it's enough for a first down. All right, so you got 6 minutes to work with. You've got the ball in plus territory. You got a fresh set of downs. And Arkansas State's been pretty methodical offensively with everything on the arm and the legs of Jalen Raynor.
Yeah, and I would say you don't need to get it all at one time, right? Just continue to run your offense. It will happen. You don't need the big play right away.
Option. Raynor keeps it this time, and he turned it upfield shy of the 30. Kale Brazina on the stop. Boy, Raynor has been so effective. He picks up 6. He's run it for 83 yards. And again, he told us yesterday, I just have to put the ball in play and stay patient against the defense. He's done that.
He's done a tremendous job in doing that. Here they are again with this unbalanced formation.
Handoff to Clay with a seam, and he runs physically for a first down. Trying to lower the shoulder at Tayshaun James.
I love this block over here by the tight end. It's a tremendous job. Everybody's getting involved. And you love that with this offense. Everybody gets involved. You get the block and the seal, and then there's Clay for the first down.
Raynor's going to the air. Raynor will just get rid of it with Benelli in the vicinity. I mean, think about this opportunity for Arkansas State. 2 wins all time against ranked opponents. You've got number 14 who came here to Jonesboro after Butch Jones's team went to Ames, Iowa last year, and trying to do something that would be historic in every way for this program. Butch Jones said, get this game to the 4th quarter. They've done that and more. Spencer stayed on his feet. And Devin Spencer with a solid gain on a 2nd down run for 5. Now, where do you go here on 3rd down? Everything has come from Jalen Raynor.
He's been the big decision maker. But if it hasn't been Raynor, it's also been his roommate, Chauncey Cobb, number 16, who's looks like he's going to line up on the hash marks in the slot. He's been the go-to guy for Raynor on 3rd down.
16 in black, slot right. He's got 6 for 86 all this half. Raynor scans. Raynor escaped from Ezeagu and got it too tall and incomplete. In the direction of Corey Rucker. And now 4th down coming up. And a decision here for Arkansas State. You've got 3:54 to go. 4th down and 5.
Look at this relentless rush from Ezeagu. He's just relentless. Watch 88. He's just fighting away, trying to bring him down, holding on to a leg. He's grabbing, he's scratching and clawing. He gets his team to 4th down. 4th down for Iowa State.
Yeah, feels like a must go for it here for Arkansas State.
There's Cobb.
Raynor looks that way. Raynor directing. Raynor got rid of it. Incomplete. And it's a turnover on downs forced by Iowa State.
He had Cobb initially, but the rush basically overcame to that right side. Didn't have enough room to step in and throw. Watch the rush on the right side. He wanted to go right now to Cobb, but the rush is in his face as that route was developing. So he had to take off and run and just threw it up. 4th down, you just throw it up. Just give your guys an opportunity. 4th down is almost like a punt, so just throw it up and see if your guys can make a 50-50 play. But a nice job defensively by Iowa State. They had a great rush on. They got into the face of Raynor and didn't allow that route to develop by Cobb, who was breaking free on an outbreak of the route.
Boy, and you look at how Iowa State has bent but not broken defensively in this 2nd half. I mean, they've allowed drives of 13 plays, 15 plays, and right there 8 plays that only resulted, those 3 drives, in the 6 points for Arkansas State in this 2nd half. And now 3:47, 2 timeouts for Butch Jones at Arkansas State. Carson Hansen with a lane, and Hansen's got enough for a first down. 13-yard pickup as Iowa State's trying to put this on ice.
You know, Mike, during a week, there's different periods of practice that you go through. This particular period is called 4-minute offense, where you tell your offense we're going to run the football, make the opposing team utilize their timeouts, but we don't want to give the football up. That's what you're practicing right now. This is what you're telling your offense. They don't touch the football again.
Boy, and you think about the margins and how thin they are in the world of college football. Matt Campbell's team trying to get to 4-0 and a third very close game. Hansen straight ahead. He picks up 5. I mean, you played in week 0, a 3-point game in Dublin, Farmageddon against then number 17 Kansas State. Last weekend in Ames, the Cyhawking 16-13 win. And today against Arkansas State out of the Sun Belt, trying to stay perfect before you finally get your bye week in a one-score game with the Red Wolves.
Yeah, they couldn't draw it up any better, right? 3-0 to start the season, but they knew that this was going to be the toughest game on their schedule at this point.
Hansen on second down. Hansen broke a tackle, and they will spot him very close. Might be a couple of inches short, so it bring down third down. We roll toward the 2-minute timeout. It'll be third down and inches coming up for Iowa State, trying to finish it off. Iowa State's resilience on display again in another tight one.
Timeout.
I'm down. Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
Everything is really getting more expensive.
The average grocery bill is now at its prices are up, but not at Metro. We've lowered prices. One line of unlimited 5G is now $40, period. And a free Samsung 5G phone, only at Metro.
Get the noon bundle for all of ESPN's Monday Night Football, NFL Primetime, and more. And with NFL Plus Premium, get NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games, NFL Red Zone, and full game replays. Unlock it all with the ESPN and NFL Plus Premium bundle.
Room for 6 full-size passions. The Lexus TX 3-row luxury. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience. It's a car that stops short of amazing.
Today's Player Spotlight is brought to you by Cintas, and the ground game has been massive for Iowa State. They've rushed for 183 yards.
Yeah, it's been a combination of Hansen and also Sama, but both guys have just been able to do a great job of utilizing their blocks. It's been the tight ends, it's been the offensive line, and then a little bit of Rocco Becht as well. So they've done it 3 different ways, and here we are with a third down and short.
Trying to put this game on ice, and it's Becht with a sneak, and does he have enough? It looks like it based on the initial spot. Rocco Becht lunging forward. And did he have enough?
I think he does. That's a first down.
Based on that spot, he does have a first down, and now they're going to move the sticks.
You forget Rocco Becht, 6'1", 210 pounds. Got great leg drive as well.
Timeout. Arkansas State. Their second of the half.
So Butch Jones uses the first of his 2 remaining. He had chosen not to use them before the 2-minute timeout. He's going to use it here, and Iowa State is inching closer to finishing this thing off. And boy, what a start to this season for Iowa State. By the skin of their teeth in 3 of their 4 games. It would be their first time winning 3 of their first games to start a season by 1 score since 2011. And the margin's so thin from 4-0 to 1-3 in college football.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are looking at the score and saying, how is Iowa State, how's the number 14 team only up by 8 points against Arkansas State? But I thought Coach Campbell told us, hey, our guys mentally right now are drained. You start the season over in Ireland and you play 2 conference rivals, right? Or 1 conference rival and your other in-state rival. And then you come on the road to Jonesboro, Arkansas and play in 90-plus degree weather. You're just trying to escape here with the win.
Only 1 timeout left for Butch Jones. Hansen dropped by A.G. McGee. Yeah, we talked at length with Matt Campbell about it. about starting your season in Ireland as Arkansas State uses its final timeout. And he said they studied it going back to January, February, and March. And he said no one really has ever had success coming back home off of it. I mean, we've seen it from Kansas State, who lost that game, lost again yesterday. He said, I felt like we saw that emotional drainage that you mentioned. He saw it in the second half last week against Iowa. And it's taken a toll on this team, and they will finally get to their bye week after this.
Yeah, it doesn't happen initially because you're still on the excitement of the start of the new season. So you think, oh, hey, you come back from Ireland, you got to play the following week, but it catches up with you in a couple weeks. Not necessarily the jet lag, but the emotional part of college football, the highs and the lows, the routine, and how do you keep it going, keeping the energy going. And right now, they're just relying on who they are, their culture here in the fourth quarter.
So no timeouts left for Arkansas State. Second down and 8 for the Cyclones. And it's Hansen again. He takes it a few yards up the middle, just past midfield. You got third down coming up. You can run this snap down to right around a minute 12 or so to go.
And defensively, you also want to watch the snap count, hard count, right? Because you can also get the hard count here. You don't want to give up a cheap 5 yards.
And there's maybe 30 seconds of wiggle room left for Arkansas State if they can get stops here on Iowa State.
I think they're going to call timeout Iowa State.
Matt Campbell's got 3 of them. He does use his first. So they run it down to 109. And remember, a punt, field goal kick, an extra point, those things have not been certainties for Iowa State today.
Yeah, the coverage units have been fine. But in terms of the operation, we had a missed field goal earlier. You had this drop of the punt and still got it off, but it's been a little bit tricky when it comes to the operation, whether it's field goals or even punting.
So again, it's 109 to go right now. Let's say Arkansas State gets a stop. A fourth down snap would have to come with what, about 25 seconds remaining. There is some time left for Arkansas State. Iowa State trying to get to the finish line against Butch Jones, whose Arkansas State program's been up for the task today.
Do you dare throw the football here?
They roll out Becht. He's looking downfield for Carson Brown, who makes the catch. Wow! To finish off a win on the road in style.
It crossed my mind right before, Mike. It crossed my mind. Would they throw? Watch this route. It's going to go here and then come all the way outside. But the faith in Rocco Becht to just put it in the vicinity. Watch Rocco Becht. There's nothing there at first. But he just says, you know what? I'm going to throw it up to my guy and allow him to go up and make the play. That's faith in Carson Brown.
Tell you what, this is not breaking news, but it does bear repeating. Rocco Becht is a flat-out winner. When he had to show up in the second half today, he led Iowa State, even through some turbulent moments in this game. The throw to Townsend, the touchdown run in the first half, and then to put it on ice right there to Carson Brown.
The emotions of Rocco Becht, did he ever look like he was panicked?
No.
You talk about ice in his veins? That's Rocco Becht. They don't mind playing deep into the fourth quarter. And you asked me a little bit earlier to start this football game. What did you ask me, Mike? Does Iowa State have a chance? And I said they've got a chance to get to the College Football Playoff, to get to a conference championship because of that guy wearing number 3 in white.
The highest ranked team in the Big 12 survives a non-conference road test, and Matt Campbell's Cyclones are 4-0. Don.
Coach Campbell, man, bend don't break defense there in that second half. How important was that unit for you guys?
Yeah, I thought it was really big. You know, I thought our kids responded the whole game. It wasn't real pretty from our end of it. Got a lot to work on, but, you know, these guys have really gutted it out for the last 4 weeks. It's been a long 4 weeks, and these kids have responded every step of the way.
Yeah, Rocco, never once did he flinch. What did you like about him today?
Yeah, I think that's what you love about him. You know, in the moment, you trust that guy with everything you have because of who he is, and he just keeps proving it time after time after time.
So coming into this week, you told us, listen, there are some gaps that we have to fill to be the team that we need to be. What did you learn about those gaps today?
Yeah, I think there's still a lot. You saw them today. You know, I think the great thing for us is we get to a bye week, which we need, and a chance to kind of recover here and really attack those areas. And the great teams in college football, they keep getting better every week. And, you know, I think we made strides, but we still got a lot of work to do.
4-0 into the bye. You'll take it, right, Coach?
We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Todd, thank you. It's a 4-0 start for Iowa State, and a reminder, Duke, Tulane still to come. Top of the hour here on ESPN2. Meantime, ABC and ESPN have overtime games in progress. For Kirk Morrison, Don Davenport, and our entire crew, led by producer Caitlin Urca and director Ed Curran, Mike Monaco saying so long. Let's get you back to the studio. We got a lot happening with Trevor Maddich. Here's Kevin Connors.